Yeah, buddy, welcome back. Here we are. We're doing it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. We're going to be painting some 40K again, you guys. Here they are. We're doing it. Yeah, dude. So here we are. We're doing it. We got a better setup this time. We got cameras. We got lights. We got action. Thank you for being here, you guys. We got a third camera now. We got a second we got a second camera over here. That's gonna be our painting camera. We're gonna be painting right in front of this guy. And we got the face cam. Yeah, dude, we're doing all right. It's we're celebrating. We're gonna be watching a little bit of Warhammer. We're gonna listen to him just for a little bit. And if we're still painting, we might throw on a movie. We'll see. We'll see what we find. But I got to set up, you guys. So join me. Grab your snacks, your drinks. We're gonna play some Warhammer while we set up, and we'll get painting here momentarily. And everybody that subbed, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. We hit 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers on YouTube, you guys. We're on Twitch, Rumble, Kick. But YouTube, the YouTube homies came through. We got 100 subs on YouTube. All right, you guys, we're going to kill the music. We'll put on some Warhammer. It sounds good. And we're gonna finish setting up. We're gonna tilt the lights, turn the cameras, do what we gotta do.
Definitely some personal bias here, but the Death Guard are by far my favorite Traitor Legion. They take two of my most favorite things, the undead and badass power armor, and smush them together into a whole bunch of nasty abominations. But they're more than a whole bunch of nasty boys, as their philosophies on one hand are actually really interesting, but on the other are downright chilling. Like, did you know that the Death Guard don't actually hate their greatest enemies, the Imperium of Mankind? They actually just think of them as deeply ignorant and misguided. And their ultimate goal is to show mankind how great the gross life can be when you give up showering. But how did the Death Guard go from being some of humanity's greatest heroes to Nurgle's special nasty boys? Who was Mortarion? And how did he go from being a country bumpkin sad boy who killed alien necromancers for fun to a giant 30-foot tall plague-induced abomination? What about Typhus and the Destroyer Plague? What role did they have in the Legion's downfall? And what is that plague planet that the Death Guard now call home? Is it just a big stinky green rock in the Eye of Terror? Or is there something far more sinister under its mile-high layer of poisonous clouds? And most importantly of all, was Mortarion actually bald, or did he have some sweet heavy metal hair under that cowl? We're going to get into all of that and a lot more, because there's a lot to cover with the 14th Legion. But before that, I'm going to give a quick shout out to this week's sponsor, and then we're going to get into the Galaxy's
Here we are. We're still trying to fix these cameras around right now.
This video is sponsored by X Sheets.
Thanks, bro. Love the thumbnail. I appreciate it, man.
And now you can get it with X Sheets, the only LED-powered bed sheets made for gamers. Enjoy maximum nighttime visibility and supercharge your circadian rhythm. 13 million lumens of soothing night glow.
Okay, wait a minute. No, hold up. That is going to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. But you know what's not dumb? Raid Shadow Legends.
Are you tired of fluffy and cartoonish looking games? Raid Shadow Legends will take you to a world of dark fantasy and realism.
Through this, there it is.
Than the members of the Death Guard themselves. A legion of disease-riddled space.
Yeah, dude, it's actually it's our birthday month, so we got hooked up.
Nurgle, the chaos
we got
god
hooked
of
up light,
and filth.
badass light.
The Plague Lord's
this
most
arm.
Children.
Arm that holds it all up.
Effective in spreading his bubonic gifts across the stars.
It's way
and the grandfather is incredibly
so we got the other camera right here.
His love for his children by
this is going to be for my
new poxes, diseases,
my painting.
And mutations. Each a symbol of his paternal love and affection for his cursed children. Of
but
all
I
the lost
should
souls
have the
who have
light
ever worshipped
angled
the
with
God,
the camera
none have been
too,
so
so
blessed
I'm
as the
gonna
Death Guard. Every one of their soldiers
switch
has
this
become
up
a
a
living
little
avatar
bit.
of pestilence, a repository of vile parasites and demon-born diseases, a menagerie of sickening and grotesque corruption.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, man.
And a blasphemous
I'm getting old, bro.
Of just how far the Emperor's creation
We're young at heart, so it's all good.
Their bodies are in a constant state of rot and decay, In many cases, they have become so swelled with Nurgle's gifts that they are literally beginning to tear apart at the seams. Bloated and rancid organs spilling forth from them in a pestilent tide, their insides dragging behind them through the mud and muck of 1,000 battlefields. Swollen with maggots and parasites. Their stench alone is enough to cause a human in their vicinity to convulse and spasm and be unable to fight back, making them easy prey as the Legion descends upon them. Their forms are truly horrifying to look at, but the gifts of the Plague Lord render them completely immune to pain and most injuries. They are trapped in a moment.
It's okay to grow old,
death,
just don't lose the kid within. Yeah, dude, thanks, bro.
And endure constant
yeah, man.
And
for sure.
And long before they became what they are today,
I want to keep this light out of the camera a little bit.
They utilized tactics that favored massive waves of foot-slogging infantry that would grind their opponent into
actually,
dust.
you're not even going to see that camera, so I'm going to switch it to the other camera.
On massive war machines like other
amateur hour, you guys. We're learning. This is the first time we're using this setup, so
of all Astartes
we'll see how it goes here.
These guys were virtually immune to any form of disease or poison.
And they made sure I got my wet palette. I just need my brushes now.
Concoctions and diseases in the galaxy. The Death Guard even had a ritual where they would ritualistically drink poison to celebrate certain achievements, much like a normal person might pop a bottle of champagne. Now, thousands of years later, and in their corrupted state, they still utilize the same philosophies of war that they did back in the days of the Grand Crusade. Their intense training, combined with the grotesque blessings of the Plague Lord, have created a legion of unkillable monsters. Any rounds that manage to penetrate their rotting and rusting armor are absorbed and dissolved in the disgusting chemical concoction of their insides. Melee weapons that manage to break through their defenses get caught in folds of rancid flesh, unable to be pried free by their assailants. Disarmed and vulnerable, they are easy prey for the Death Guard's disease-riddled blades.
This cam looks good.
The Legion marches to war to the sound of funerary bells.
Every blurry. Yeah, that one's actually it's a phone. It's a phone and it's all wireless. It's all working off the Wi-Fi. If I turn off the Wi-Fi and I turn on the 4G,
they retch
that
and gargle
phone's a little
prayers
old.
to
It
the
doesn't
Plague
have
Lord
5G
as they
yet,
lay down barrage
or at
after
all.
barrage
But
of
if I turn that on, it might look better. But we're actually not really going to use that one. We're going to use this camera.
Fetid and rancid sorcerers breathe deep lungfuls of diseased air from the Garden of Nurgle itself, exhaling a foul plague wind. Clouds of toxic spores and a miasma of decay billow forth, corrupting all caught in its snare. Any who take a single breath of this plague cloud have their lungs rot and their innards rupture, their bodies becoming host to all forms of demonic insects that will rapidly grow to maturity before bursting forth from their victims in a horrifying swarm, eager to go forth and spread further disease through the enemy's defenses. Cults of diseased and leprous human masses follow them into battle,
you can't see me with the chat there either,
through scab-covered eyes, desperate to witness the Plague Lord's angels in hopes that they too shall be blessed as their lords. While those of them who have already gained such blessings drone ahead of the Plague Marines, swarms of plague zombies and poxwalkers shuffle across the battlefield, a disease-induced rictus grin spread wide across their face. They absorb incoming fire and descend upon the enemies of the Death Guard in a shambling horde of diseased flesh.
It's a little bit better.
Their gifts infecting their
victims, working on stuff,
causing them to rise once more and turn against their allies. The Death Guard's victory is much like the slow creeping hands of death itself.
Yeah, no worries.
Inevitable and
got it. Set up
for even if by
some
some
thanks, dude.
You're able to
appreciate
hold them
it,
off,
man.
The malady of disease
I got so many cameras, I don't even know where to look.
will soon spread and completely overwhelm your planet. The battlefield becoming ground zero for a menagerie of plagues and pandemics. Their enemy's victory is always short-lived. It may take weeks or sometimes months, but eventually, the first victims will begin to vomit up clouds of flies. And within a matter of days, the demonic sickness will spread to every corner of that world. Governments and nations will begin to collapse, and the planet descends into a plague-induced anarchy. Inevitably, this world will grow into a fetid, rotting paradise. And those that try to flee from here will in turn spread the grandfather's work to any of the worlds they seek refuge in. The Death Guard represent the death of hope, that there is no point in struggling against their inevitable victory. You'll either die or join them in blasphemous and disgusting unity.
Amazon early holiday deals are here. Woo! Woo! With everything you need to kick off the season.
Oh, commercials. Got you. Hold on.
The nature of our enemy is unclear now.
Yeah, well, so we're gonna just watch a little bit of Wes Hammer, and then we'll probably switch it up to like a movie on YouTube. There's free movies on YouTube, so we'll see what's free and we'll see what's good.
But other than just being gross, how exactly do they fight?
Right
what types of tactics do they use, and what about their weapons? So the Death Guard are an army that normally favors tactics utilizing massive waves of infantry.
Plenty of light
it's
right
not
here.
that they don't use tanks or other war engines, as they definitely do. But their style of combat has always revolved around infantry-based wars of attrition. Tanks and artillery like that of the Plague Burst Crawler, or demon engines such as Defilers and Forge Fiends are definitely used by the Death Guard, but they're normally seen as more of a supporting unit. The Sons of Mortarion have always been somewhat stubborn, and choose to rely solely on their resilience and unwavering fortitude. And this was the case even before their disgusting transformation. Now, every Astartes member of the Death Guard is what is known as a Plague Marine. But not all Plague Marines are part of the Death Guard. There are definitely Plague Marines that have fought for different legions. As Chaos Space Marines are inherently pretty selfish and kind of ununited, so sometimes they switch back and forth, choosing to join with whoever's ideology or goals fit them better. Now, this definitely isn't the norm, as the majority of Plague Marines fight for the Death Guard,
what I could also do is just move the table up a little bit.
Now, a Plague Marine is a Space Marine that has been overwhelmingly blessed by Nurgle. And Nurgle sees all of his poxes and diseases and mutations as gifts.
Oh yeah.
Blessings.
Oh yeah, that's way better.
Terrifying. Grant them their undying and rotting forms.
Yo, Ghost Striker, what's up, dude?
Demonic blessings, they wear mostly nerd variants of power. And oddly enough, before the Horus Heresy,
we're
they had
geeking out over here. We're nerding out.
But
see my
still
setup here?
preferred the
Let me
Mark
show
III
you
for its heavier armor and more durability. Now, I'll forgive you for thinking that all of the Space Marine power armor is the same with just a different helmet, but honestly this couldn't be further from the truth. Every version had a different use, and the Mark III had a lot of armor.
Check it out, we got this big old arm for our birthday.
Where cover was minimal.
We got this light for our birthday. We got this desk for our birthday.
And the Death Guard definitely fit this bill. That being said, the armor that the Plague Marines wear is kind of a shell of what it once was. Thousands of years of battle and decay have seen the once revered armor become rusted and pockmarked. However, all of those disgusting mutations that Nurgle has granted them kind of make up for the ancient armor's shortcomings. Blood and filth has accumulated so heavily on it that it is said that some Plague Marines have layers of filth several inches deep. Now, even before their rebellion, the Death Guard rarely ever actually cleaned or polished their armor. They saw the battle damage and the blood and filth of 100 different battlefields across 100 different worlds as a badge of honor to be displayed with pride. So the Death Guard have undergone a couple of different iterations. When they were first formed, they were known as the Dusk Raiders. This was due for their propensity for attacking at night.
Yo, Ubi, what's up, buddy?
Fighting them was such a horrifying experience that many worlds would completely surrender just before the sun went down, rather than have to face the Dusk Raiders in combat. However, when their Primarch Mortarion was found on the world of Barbarous and subsequently reunited with the Legion, he brought with him new styles of war derived from his experience fighting against the alien overlords of his homeworld. And the overlords were basically like gigantic alien necromancers that preyed upon humanity like cattle, but we'll get into them a little later. The human soldiers that Mortarion led on Barbarous had to get used to fighting on pretty much every form of terrain, but in particular mountainous environments. Due to the world's feudalistic nature, they utilized infantry primarily, rather than focusing on tanks and heavy artillery. And cavalry really wasn't much use fighting in the mountains. Barbarous was a pre-feudalistic world, so the humans living there really didn't have access to any kind of great technology. The vehicles that they did have access to were steam-powered at best, and thus the men of Barbarous had to get used to fighting on their feet with whatever weapons they could hold. Mortarion referred to his soldiers as the Death Guard, and when he eventually joined the Dusk Raiders, he would have the Legion renamed to that in order to honor the men of Barbarous. Mortarion and the Death Guard believed that victory is not achieved through trickery or treachery, but instead from a relentless determination and painful stubbornness. There was no hell that the Death Guard would not march through to get to the
we're doing it.
They never stopped, never fell back, and would relentlessly hold their ground no matter what the enemy threw at them. The Space Marines of the Death Guard had weapons and tactics that may not have been flashy or fancy, but much more
important. How are you guys doing? How's your week going so far?
Serve their purpose without fail. Why utilize stealth or some kind of fancy tricks to beat your enemy when you can simply overwhelm them through sheer force of will and determination? The Death Guard were relentlessness incarnate, a slow march of soldiers that never faltered and never stopped, all while laying down massive salvos of bolter rounds. No matter how well entrenched the enemy was, there was no stopping the Death Guard if they were between them and their objective. However, much later in the Legion's future, when they were corrupted by Nurgle and turned into Plague Marines, their tactics changed once again, but admittedly not by much. They became way more fixated on closer range engagements, utilizing more melee weapons and various plague weapons like the Plague Belcher or even the horrific Plague Grenades, also commonly referred to as Death Heads. And for a very good reason. You see, these Plague Grenades were truly disgusting. It's not so much a grenade, rather a severed head of one of the Death Guard's enemies that has been hollowed out and filled with every contagion imaginable. Now, these heads were then sealed with wax and allowed to fester for months, or sometimes years or even decades. When thrown, the Plague Grenade ruptures, releasing a massive wave of spores and poisonous gases that spread over a pretty large area. Those not in thick armor with a sealed ventilation system will become affected almost immediately and face a horrifying death as their insides convulse and rot away. Even heavily armored foes really don't fare much better against these things, as the plague released from the grenade's core has the ability to rust and eat away armor in minutes. The plague weapons of the Death Guard are pretty messed up and definitely terrifying in their own right, but oddly enough, this isn't something that's new to them, as even before they betrayed the Emperor, the Death Guard were known for utilizing certain types of weapons that most would consider to be a war crime. Radiation shells, virus bombings, and even the dreaded phosphex.
I mean, it sucks that you don't have much hobby time, but it's awesome that you have a game coming up. That's way dope.
Toxic incendiary compound
my week is going excellent, man.
And burn a target to ash incredibly quickly.
Busy with friends, family, building this desk.
And these things would leave long-lasting effects on the environment that they were used in, even more than radiation weapons. And don't get me wrong, they were definitely utilized by other legions as well, but the Imperium always kind of looked at them as a last resort kind of thing. And fun fact,
everything's been going well.
That a rogue tech priest actually destroyed the only known STC for them. Despite the horrifying reality of the 40k universe, this tech priest decided that they couldn't be allowed to continue to exist, as they were that inhumane. Now, a few of these ancient phosphex weapons still exist, but the Mechanicum has never really been able to recreate them. And side note, that tech priest was declared a heretic for his actions and executed using the very same weapons. The Death Guard had no problem utilizing such terrible weaponry and saw it as necessary to protect humanity. And again, it's not like other legions didn't utilize virus bombs or phosphex weapons, but it required careful consideration. Using such terrible weaponry would forever stain their honor. And
I'm always having a blast, but we got we leveled up a couple times on just this month, you know what I mean?
Not just destroyed. So using weapons that would completely destroy their environment for thousands of years was not something that we should be done lightly.
Couple rare candies and we just leveled up quicker.
Like themselves, they were tools of war and should be utilized to their fullest extent. With such a background, it should come as no surprise that in the 41st millennium, the Death Guard have become the undisputed masters of biochemical warfare, combining their long history of virus and radiation weapons with the pestilent lessons of Nurgle to concoct ever more inventive diseases and poxes to unleash on their enemies. Not only are these alchemical horrors incredibly potent and effective in their own right, but when they're infused even further with Nurgle's essence, they create a voracious and predatory demonic pathogen, more horrifying than anything we've ever seen in the modern world. It's almost like these diseases have a form of demonic sentience, a hunger to infect and spread misery and despair as far as possible. Just like the blight grenades, most plague weapons have a pretty limited range. And it's kind of obvious to see where they get their names from, as each one utilizes various toxins and diseases and other forms of chemical warfare to obliterate their enemies. Despite their almost universal short to mid-range profiles, the plague weapons do come in a lot of different forms, such as the plague belchers and plague spewers, flamethrowers that project trails of concentrated disease, filth, and the larvae of demonic parasites. Their chemical concoction literally causing anyone or anything hit by it to dissolve into a pile of corrosive, pestilent slop. They come in the form of grenade throwers like that of the Blight Launcher, and very rarely even in a much longer range version like the mortars of the Plague Burst Crawlers. However, the Death Guard also utilize a lot of melee-based plague weapons, such as the Plague Knife, a rusted and pitted blade dripping with virulent toxins and diseases. Now, they may not be the sharpest blades in the galaxy, but they don't need to run an enemy through or cut them in half. A single cut from such a weapon can fell even the mightiest of beasts.
Damn, dude, I might just look at my monitor
spread through the
to paint
body.
these guys.
So where do all these Plague Marines come from? Well, the vast majority of the Death
You
Guard
guys got a
soldiers are
better view than
taken
I
from the
do.
poisonous homeworld of Mortarion.
Get closer.
However, nowadays this is true of the
see, I already
majority,
messed up
but
down
not
there.
of all, as Barbarous was destroyed by the Dark Angels after the Horus Heresy. Now, many of the original Astartes from the time of the Grand Crusade still fight under the banner of the Death Guard, even now, thousands of years later. However, losses are inevitable, and new recruits will have to be made in order to replenish the lost Space Marines. Now, many of these Plague Marines start off as kidnapped infants, stolen by the Death Guard in many of their raids on feral worlds.
Master Chief right
in this
there.
way, they have no connection to their old life, and the Death Guard will inevitably be all that this child will ever know. Additionally, many Death Guard soldiers are turncoats and renegades from other chapters, who for whatever reason have turned traitor and sought out the Death Guard specifically. Now, these individuals are already Space Marines when they join, but even coming from a different legion with different gene
Spell the truth, hello, here we are, we're doing it.
Into the Death
You like
Guard
the setup?
Perfectly. They adopt Mortarion's tactics and embrace their new life of despair. Over time, the overwhelming corruption and guidance of Nurgle twists and turns their bodies and minds to be more like that of their Blade Brothers. Their insides begin to rot as the corruption seeps into every corner of their body. Their minds slow down and their armor grows heavier. Their organs
got so many cameras, I don't even know which one to look at.
Their skin begins to merge
Start
with that of the
over here to camera 2 and camera 3's on me. And,
eventually, this armor
they're good
becomes
problems to have. These are good problems. These are problems that we like.
And they even lose the ability to remove
we don't like problems that we don't like.
Basically becomes
like the power went out.
As the corruption
have no
spreads and
food.
intensifies, vicious demonic
something
mutations can sprout up all over
devastating.
their body. Their arms confuse into tentacles.
These are good
Gaping
problems. We
maws
like
may
good
begin
problems.
to sprout all over their body, and all manner of other horrific corruption can take place. So is the varied and unpredictable nature of the Grandfather's blessings. The change is slow, but it is
Papa
inevitable.
Nurgle loves everyone.
It is said that joining the Death Guard is like sinking into a deep, cold ocean. The substance of it seeps
is that
inside
from right here, the video
sooner or
we're
later,
watching?
down to every crack and orifice, and you lose the things that once made you what you were. And there's actually a pretty funny scene in the Lords of Silence novel, where one of these new recruits is reflecting on their life after joining the Death Guard. He has not become nearly as mutated as his brothers, and he can still remove his helmet. But he can feel the change coming on. His emotions are mellowing out. He doesn't feel hatred anymore, and he's even beginning to lose his memories of life before the Death Guard.
Can you see better with that?
He can't remember what Lord's chapter he was a part of.
It's like right in here, and it's not even up all the way.
And in a moment of clarity, he's looking around at his new brothers that have been with the Legion since the beginning, and are far more mutated.
Yeah, we don't need that at all. This is like the 1% right here.
With every word that he speaks. Another has tentacles for hands and a butthole for a mouth. And he's just kind of like, yeah,
actually, that's only a 35% brightness right now.
So now you understand a bit more about the Plague Marines, but I feel it's important that we talk about their father,
the Chaos God of Rot and Decay.
Mortarion.
That's Nurgle. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Stephen Karst, co-founder.
I'm sure he does love everybody.
When I open the Zero dashboard,
the more the merrier.
See how my bank balances are doing, what money is owed, and what bills
all
are
the
going
power
out.
in the
that gives me
galaxy
a lot of
he
confidence
wants.
to make informed decisions.
I got too many controllers over here. I can't skip commercials, and I can't skip until 10 seconds.
Air-up.com.
Stupid.
Nice as shotgun.
Thumbnails,
right,
cool. Thanks.
Yeah,
we're
gonna need more guys.
we're trying to paint our little guys.
Yes, plus 10. Look, now we're shredded. I'm amazing. Oh, can we get that?
I'll miss the
Come
detail
on,
that
please. No, we lost half our guys, but the minigun. Yes. Come on.
Oh, I hate these commercials. These are the worst commercials to have. So fake.
So Mortarion is the champion of Nurgle and the demonic Primarch of the Death Guard.
The meme that
He's
Papa
an
Nurgle
avatar of
loves you,
pestilence and
everyone's
disease, and the
eventually gonna
embodiment
rot.
of fear and despair. Like
I'm
the
gonna
other
have
traitor
to look to that. I want to see
he's been
that.
infused with the corrupting influence of chaos. His tremendous strength and endurance having
More water on my
catapulted even
thing, my
past
brush,
the
make sure I
demigod
don't
levels
dry
of the
out.
Primarch, through the
I
multitude
don't have any
of gifts
fans on
and
right now,
blessings
so
he
we
has
should be
received from his
alright.
grandfather. Mortarion strives
What's
forth
up,
onto the
Ubi?
battlefield,
We're
held
painting.
aloft by
We're doing this
massive
little
fetid
model
moth
painting,
wings.
guys.
Everywhere
You should get
Mortarion
yourself some of
treads,
these,
he is
Ubi. Get
followed by
yourself some
swarms
of
of
these
demonic
little
insects
models
and
or any kind of
billowing
little
clouds of
model
disease.
kit.
It is said
Build
that a
them,
mortal man
paint them
would
on your
succumb to
channel,
disease and rot and
then
was
make your stop
horrifying of
motion
death just by
with
standing
these
in the
models.
Primarch's presence for but a moment.
Just an
In
idea.
battle, he wields two signature
friendly,
weapons, his massive scythe known as
suggestion.
Silence, and an energy pistol
Models
of
are sick,
mysterious
dude.
origin.
I'm gonna learn how to play the game too. Once I learn how to play the
Now,
game,
interestingly enough,
be a little
despite
bit more
the fact
on
that he
it.
has ascended into demonhood, Mortarion always had a passionate hatred of psychers and anyone who would manipulate the warp. Yet in a spectacular
only
twist
came out of the
fate,
lines a little
the
bit.
Death
Here,
Lord
there,
himself
there,
has
and
become
there.
a psyker, wielding potent plague magics with which to decimate his foes. And the irony is certainly not lost on him, as
A
there's a
little
part of him that
purple,
despises
just
what he
a
has
dot
become.
of a taste
Even
of
as a
purple
man,
on those little
Mortarion
2
was an
lumps on the
imposing
tail.
figure,
Tail lumps.
taller than anyone around him and bristling with corded muscle. But in demonhood, he has swelled to monstrous proportions, standing well over 30 feet tall. His mind is noted as being incredibly gifted, as he's a master tactician and has spent thousands of years studying every form of warfare. That being said, in the most recent lore, it seems like he's going a little bit insane.
Turn the light more this way.
Demonhood has taken its toll on his
At a
mind.
different angle. Here.
Now, most that manage to become a demon prince
if,
eventually go insane, becoming
good
little
enough for
more
you
than a
guys,
slavering
If I
beast.
turn it more.
Now, depending on the individual, the amount of time this takes to occur can vary. For a standard human that the gods have decided to make into a demon prince, this could take hundreds, if not thousands of years. But Mortarion was a Primarch. They were demigods in their own right, so for all intents and purposes, Mortarion is handling the transformation quite well. However, it is stated that the reality of the physical universe is something that he only dimly perceives. At the same time that Mortarion is seeing reality, he's also seeing glimpses of the past and the future, and many different potential realities as well. So in this context, Mortarion has the ability to see the future, but I don't think he really has control over it. It's more of a form of demonic dementia that he's suffering from, which is causing him to lose his grip on the present. In the novel The Lords of Silence, there's a plague marine named Vorx, who at one point is in mid-conversation with Mortarion. And Mortarion starts referencing the fact that he did not foresee the universe splitting in half. That it is something that he had not anticipated. Vorx is confused by this because at the time this novel takes place, Cadia has yet to fall, and the Cicatrix Maledictum hasn't formed. Hell, I don't even believe the 13th Black Crusade has even started. So Mortarion is just rambling about all these events that don't make any sense. When in a moment of clarity, it seems like he's noticing Vorx for the first time, and he says to him, "Ah, my mistake. That hasn't yet happened for you yet." And he informs him that the current War Master of Chaos, Abaddon the Despoiler, will be contacting him soon. Now, this perceived insanity has led many of the Death Guard to question Mortarion's ability to lead, particularly Typhus the Traveler, as him and Mortarion don't get along at all. So where did Mortarion come from, and what was he like before his demonic transformation?
On the legs.
Now, before we get into Mortarion's life on Barbarous, I think I need to give a very quick and abridged version of the creation of the Primarchs and what happened to them. So the Emperor created 20 sons, using his vast knowledge of gene engineering. They were all immensely powerful and immortal warriors. All of them had different personalities and abilities, but in some aspects, you can think of each one of them as representing a different aspect of the Emperor
"Oh, it's all done," and then be like,
However,
"Oh
when they
yeah,
were still in incubation tubes, a great tragedy struck, and the 20 Primarchs were whisked away and scattered across the universe.
The only
Each one
thing that's
landing
hard
on a
to
different
do is
world.
get that
Now,
chest
for the
piece
longest time,
inside
it was
on the
assumed
chest,
that the
dude,
Chaos
especially when
Gods
the
had
gun and the
scattered
arms
the
are in the way.
Primarchs after
You're gonna
the
need a
Emperor
tiny,
reneged on
tiny
some
little
form of
brush to
deal
get
he
up
had
in there.
struck with them. Recently, though, in the
We'll do that
novel
later.
Saturnine, the
we
female
do the
perpetual
feet,
named
the
Urda
black on the
claims that
feet,
she
that's
had a
when we
major
do
role
that.
to play in this, that the Emperor would not have created functioning children without a female donor. So in this aspect, Urda is claiming that she is the mother of the Primarchs. When she inevitably learned what the Emperor's plans were for them, she was horrified, as she saw them as her children, and she couldn't allow him to follow through with what he intended to do. So Urda was the one that scattered them. From her perspective, she had no choice. For the sake of her children, she had to set her sons free. Now, whether Urda is telling the truth,
this one, the one that you're
or whether
seeing
she
this
was being
on is
manipulated by chaos,
GoPro.
we don't really know.
I don't know how
and in
would
40K,
focus that
characters
guy.
be
Or
lying
maybe if
all
I
the
just go
time.
further away.
So I wouldn't take
What if
this
I
as
go
the
further
exact
away
truth, as I
and
don't think
zoom
it's
in on the
100%
actual
confirmed.
picture?
But admittedly, her
let's see if
story
we can do
does
that.
seem pretty plausible. And as far as I can tell, she really doesn't have a reason to be lying about this. Unlike the story we heard a few years ago when the Silent King came out, where an Eldar emissary basically said that him and the Necrons were the ones that created the Tyranids. You can never trust what an Eldar is telling you, so I don't believe a word of that. Regardless of how the scattering happened, Mortarion was one of these Primarchs. And he had the misfortune of landing on a death world known as Barbarous. Having to deal with such horrible living conditions, rampant monster attacks, and the ever-present threat of the overlords meant that humanity here was never really able to prosper. The humans of Barbarous lived in a pre-feudalistic society, one where advancement really wasn't an option when you were struggling for survival on a day-to-day basis. The most powerful of the overlords was named Nakari, and one day, he was standing in the middle of a massive battlefield, surrounded by the corpses of humans that had dared stand against him. His evil and triumphant laughter, however, was interrupted by, of all things, the cries of an infant. Now this didn't make any sense to Nakari, as the air surrounding the battlefield was incredibly poisonous, and no human should be able to breathe it without a respirator system. Yet here in the middle of it all were the sounds of a crying child. Now he searched for days and strode through thousands of corpses until eventually the baby boy was found.
I'll come back
for a moment, the Overlord considered killing him and being done with it. However, he was deeply fascinated by this creature and realized he was much more than any normal human. So the Overlord scooped him up in his arms and carried him away from the scene of death. For all the things the Overlord had and everything at his disposal, the one thing that he lacked was a son, and more importantly, an heir. He was born of death in a field of death, so the Overlord christened him Mortarion, the child of death. Now, as Mortarion grew, he proved to have an intellect and an obsession for knowledge like no other. He spent his days studying manuscripts of war and pretty much any book he could get his hands on. His adopted father figure built him a massive spire to live in, constructed at the absolute highest peak he determined that Mortarion could survive, making his own home miles away at the top of a mountain where the poison was its strongest. He wanted to make Mortarion's life as awful as possible without killing him, and Nakari proved to be vicious and cruel, said to be the most brutal and feared of all the overlords. He was constantly testing Mortarion, putting him in ever-increasing dangerous positions, such as throwing the boy into a pit of rabid dogs before he was even able to walk, stripping him naked and forcing him to scale the sheerest of cliffs during a torrential acid storm, or even at one point making him slay a legion of necromantic golems barehanded, always in judgment and often in mockery, never satisfied with Mortarion's accomplishments. Now, Mortarion didn't really know much about the humans that lived on Barbarous, let alone the fact that they were the same species as him, as Nakari had forbid him from ever going near them. However, one day from the balcony of his spire, he witnessed several humans engaged in a battle with some of the Overlord's flesh puppets, golems crafted from the dissected parts of their victims, and given new life through the Overlord's necromantic abilities. He surmised that the humans must have escaped from Nakari's skinworks, and that this very well may be another one of the cruel Overlord's tests for him. Whether he intervened, descended the ramparts to capture the humans, or stood by as a witness to murder, whatever choice he made, he knew by his father's standards, it would be the wrong one, and he would be punished for it severely. Now, one of the members of the human party that was being attacked was a young boy, and he looked up and noticed the shadowy figure watching them from above. He screamed out for him to please help them. Mortarion didn't know what to do and was incredibly conflicted, as the only life he had ever known had been underneath the Overlords. Yet these people were asking for his help. Now, after a brief internal conflict where Mortarion went over pretty much every horrible thing that Nakari had ever done to him, he leapt from the spire and slaughtered the golems, breaking the proverbial chains his father had on him, and sealing his fate with a defiant act of treason. Now, after the battle, the young boy asked Mortarion why he bothered to help them. He knew who Mortarion was and that he was a thrall of the Overlords. In fact, all of the humans knew about him. This surprised Mortarion, and he looked at the boy and said, "I did it because you asked me to." The boy says he doesn't understand, and he's incredibly confused by that statement. And Mortarion actually smiles. He laughs. He says that you offered me a choice,
for the next time you
and no one had ever done that for me.
In their
he didn't have to
color,
intervene. He could have watched all of them die. He wasn't being given an
for
order.
Example,
and this was a profound moment for him, because for the very first time, Mortarion realized that he could make his own decisions.
Doing those codes.
Mortarion
I know,
tells
dude.
The young boy to run, as Nakari and his army were in pursuit.
I should have done a little more homework on
the boy refuses to leave him and demands that Mortarion come with him, as clearly he is human just like him. Mortarion asks him
alright, yeah, for next time for sure.
The young boy says that it's callous.
I mean, how long is it going to take me to go through a can of
with what Mortarion had done, he had turned his back on everything he had ever been. I
don't want to buy more primer spray paint if I still got one.
Now, I think it's apparent that Mortarion saved Typhon's life this day.
But yeah,
but I think more importantly,
we might do that.
Typhon actually saved his. Many years would pass,
Yeah,
and eventually
I feel like
Mortarion would
gonna
rally
take
the
me
human
forever
population
to
of
kill through
Barbarous.
this
He would
camp
train
before
them
I-
in the art of war, distilling into them the wisdom he
before I
had gained
finally
from
get,
all of those books in his
black and
spire.
white
He had intimate
or
knowledge
gray
of all of the overlords as well, their strengths and their weaknesses, and one by one, he led a militia of human resistance fighters to take them down one after the other. Eventually, only Nakari was left. But before Mortarion and his men could make the assault on the Overlord's fortress, they had a very unsuspected visitor.
With my Phillips Latte Go, it's always a good time for a coffee, in the morning rush or during afternoon break. I start with freshly ground beans and finish with velvety
Makes
milk
the
foam.
paint go down smoother.
Coffees,
Okay.
like
I
from
reckon
the
at least
cafe.
50 models? Damn, okay,
Perfect
for sure.
for meeting with friends.
It'll be a while
And it's
then,
clean
but
in
maybe
just
I'll...
a few seconds. Phillips Latte Go. It's never a bad time for good
merciless.
coffee.
This Friday, home sweet home. Welcome back, Chief.
Also, you just use...
The North.
One day, one of Mortarion's men
Rust-Oleum.
informed him that a guest was waiting for him at the lodge, and that he needed to speak with him.
Rust-Oleum, that's
The
the brand
stranger
of
had
paint,
traveled to their world in
We
some
got
kind
this
of
one.
glorious spacefaring vessel, the likes of which none of the feudal population of Barbarous had
Oh,
ever
I forgot to use my little
The man
holder
informs him
thing.
that the person is unlike anyone they've ever encountered before. Not only was he glorious in all aspects, but he came bringing tales of an
We got
impossible
this holder thing,
civilization
too.
beyond the clouds.
Helping hand.
That there were people like the men and women of Barbarous all over the cosmos. That they had all been united into some kind of great empire. And that the
Yeah,
visitor
buddy.
wanted Barbarous to join them. But above all
Want this
else,
guy?
the visitor had come bearing medicine, supplies, and most importantly, food. He tells Mortarion that the visitor had even assisted them in a recent battle, and that the stranger had said he would give them whatever they wanted: technology, knowledge, supplies, medicine, anything needed to retake their world if they so chose, and rebuild it in their own image. You have to understand, Mortarion has lived a pretty awful life, so he's incredibly suspicious of this new person. He believes that anything that's too good to be true most certainly is. Now, as the soldier is telling him all this, Mortarion is just getting more and more pissed off with every word. His mood growing darker and darker until eventually he's had enough and storms off to find the stranger. The men are kind of confused by this, as the stranger seems awesome. But Typhon explains to the other soldiers that can you really blame him? Today was supposed to be the day of Barbarous's deliverance, the day they stormed Nakari's fortress. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this godlike being decides to just show up at this particular moment. It kind of overshadows pretty much everything Mortarion had sacrificed and done up until this point. Mortarion opens the door to the lodge, and there, surrounded by his high-ranking Death Guard officers, was this newcomer. The man turned and looked at him, and his gaze was so overwhelming and powerful that Mortarion had to consciously fight off the compulsion to leave. He was unlike any person he had ever seen, the complete opposite of the pale and gaunt men of Barbarous. He had long sable hair, bronze skin like hard leather, and deep dark eyes that were hopeful yet sorrowful. And he could see that behind those eyes was an impossibly ancient wisdom. He was tall and muscular and clad in ornate golden armor. And despite its clearly enormous weight, his movements were fluid and flexible. Despite the impossibility of it all, he was very clearly not from this world. Yet, he was also unquestionably human, just like the rest of them. The stranger tells him that he comes seeking noble souls to reunite the humans of this world with the rest of their people, that he has come offering Barbarous its deliverance, and that in joining him, Mortarion would gain glory and prosperity. Now, despite the fact that Mortarion is very clearly shaken by the newcomer's presence, he angrily states that him and his men have been under Overlord rule for hundreds of years. Where were you then, he demands. The Emperor looks incredibly disheartened, and he says that he regrets it taking him so long to come, but that he can tell Mortarion of his origins and what his purpose was. Mortarion claims he doesn't care about his origins anymore, and that Barbarous was his own. Mortarion tells the stranger that him and his charity were not wanted, and that he should go back in his metal bird and fly away. The Emperor contests this and asks him if he's sure, because from where he's standing, the main overlord was still alive, and they hadn't yet taken him out. And that statement definitely pissed Mortarion off, and he tells him that Nakari will die by his hands soon enough. The Emperor asks him if he is sure of this, so sure that he's willing to make a wager. He tells him that Mortarion right now is claiming to speak for his entire planet, And if he's willing to speak for all of Barbarous, then he must prove his resolve to him. He tells Mortarion that if he can lead his men and defeat
I did hear
Nakari
about
on his own, then the Emperor will leave
about
and the
that
Imperium
you
will
should do your
never
base
bother
in
their
black.
planet again. But if
All
he
the
fails to kill
crevices
him,
and stuff.
then Mortarion and his Death Guard would swear loyalty to the Emperor, and all of Barbarous would join the Imperium. And strangely
We're learning
enough,
as we
Mortarion
go.
agrees to this challenge. In
Eventually,
this moment, he's
we'll
not thinking 100%
we'll gain enough
clearly.
experience
He's definitely
where
pretty
we'll
upset.
level up in
Who
our
was
skills.
this emperor,
too.
this stranger, to show up unannounced at the moment of their
I feel like my
hard-fought
life's
victory
kind of like
to make any kind of demands?
I mean, it kind of is
him?
an RPG
He didn't have to
game,
prove
but,
anything to this
hardcore
guy.
mode
He
where
was the Reaper, the Lord of
only got
Death,
one life,
and
man.
the emancipator of Barbarous.
But yeah,
there was
you want to
something
put a
about
couple
the way
points
the
into
Emperor was
this, a
speaking
couple points into
that made him
that.
want to prove himself to him.
Once you get enough
Ultimately,
experience,
however,
put a couple more
Mortarion would
points into
fail.
that guy over
The
there.
rebreathers he had designed for his men were not
good?
strong enough to compensate for the sheer ludicrous level of
we're
poison at the
getting
peak
there.
of the mountain that Nakari had called home. One by one, his soldiers fell to the defenses of the mountain, or were forced to retreat.
Oh
until
wow, it's
only
forced us out of
Mortarion
the
was
shot.
left. Eventually, even he could go
I gotta
no
do better
further,
about keeping him
as
in
the
the shot.
poison and the Overlord's defenses left him unable to move, spasming in the mud and rain.
It won't stand
He has
out
a
too
moment
much
of
if you miss
realization
the
where
spot.
he understands that this is the end,
I see.
and that he had ultimately failed. But then something happens. He hears the stranger's voice.
It is, dude. I'm
and
having
he opens his
loads
eyes
of
to
fun.
see the Emperor
And
standing
in fact,
above
I'm having
him.
so much
The
fun
stranger
that
says
I want to let you
will
guys
not
know that
perish
I'm
this
going to be
day,
doing this
my
a
son.
little more
His
often
voice is
because
overflowing with love
this whole
and
once a week
compassion.
thing, I
And
don't
as
know,
Mortarion's
man.
vision begins to fade, he sees the Emperor striding forward into Nakari's lair.
Like I said, my
Before
eyes get
unconsciousness
tired after a
can
couple
overtake
hours,
him
but if I just
completely,
do it more often,
Mortarion whispers, I
do
will
it
always
maybe in
hate you.
a couple days.
The
a couple
Emperor
days after
succeeded in
that,
killing
a couple days
Nakari,
after
thus
that.
ridding Barbarous of the Overlords forever.
Won't feel
And the
like
planet
I'll be
and
able to do
Mortarion
it, but
followed through with their
I want
word
to wait till
and
the
swore
day
loyalty
that
to him.
the day
But
that I
even
do
years
it.
later, Morty still held a
we're just-
deep hatred for the
we're gonna
Emperor,
just
as
do
he
it.
had robbed him of his ultimate victory. He had stolen the vengeance that was rightfully his. The Overlords had tortured him, stolen his normal life, and they had preyed upon his people for hundreds of years. This was supposed to be the moment of their final victory. Everything that had happened had been working towards that moment. And yeah, the Emperor
remember to
definitely
keep the
followed
camera
through
away
and
from it
helped
just
make
a
their
little
goal a
bit.
reality.
I'm gonna back
And
up
it's
the camera
possible
just
that
a
without
smidge,
his
that way I don't have
assistance,
to
Barbarous would have saw
reach
another
away from
several
it.
thousand years under the rule of the Overlords. And part of Mortarion understands this, but even
Bear
still,
with me,
that bitterness remained in his soul forever.
The nature
I
of
don't
our
want to put it
enemy
in
is
front of the other
unclear now.
What do you want us to do about it?
Protect us.
Consumer Reports has recommended the Subaru Outback, along with 7 other Subaru models. It's no wonder Subaru has also been named the 2024 Best Mainstream Automotive Brand.
So after the events of Barbarous, Mortarion would join the Imperium, and he would be reunited with
You're
his
alright
legion,
with
the Dusk Raiders. He would have
framing, I
them renamed to
reckon.
the
It's
Death
really
Guard
hard
in
to
honor of the
keep
men and
track. It
women
is,
that had
dude.
fought by his side on Barbarous.
Like, my arm
He would then
starts to
instill the
move,
wisdoms and teachings
oh,
of
hey,
the
maybe
Death
if I
Guard
move it
into
up
this new
here a
legion.
little bit.
And as
now it's
more recruits were folded into their
fine.
ranks, the Death Guard would recruit
Put it
them
down
almost
here.
exclusively from Barbarous. Many
May
of the
lower
men
the
that had
table a
fought
little
beside
bit more.
Mortarion
If I
against
raised
the
it-
Overlords, including the young boy Callus
Once we get
himself,
it
would become
right,
Space
we won't need
Marines.
to touch it.
Mortarion and
Well,
his
we
Death
will.
Guard would fight in many battles in the Emperor's name,
As much.
and were actually one of the most successful legions when it came to reclaiming worlds during
get
the Grand
it.
Crusade. They may not have been
We're
the
just
most
trying to get it
efficient
right.
legion, but they were absolutely brutal in their crushing pursuit of victory. However, Mortarion always had a deep-seated
better?
hatred of Psychers.
And
And
we
you
do
can't really
this.
blame him, considering that his entire planet had been enslaved by a bunch of alien necromancers.
Keep
But the
it
Emperor had
here.
created the Librarians, and one of the Death Guard
That should
brother
be all
legions, the
right.
Thousand
We're
Sons, was
right
made up
here.
exclusively of Psychers. He saw the Emperor as a
it's gonna be-
hypocrite
it's
for
gonna be tough.
utilizing such dangerous witchcraft that did nothing but bring corruption. His
What I just gotta do
testimony
is look
against the
over every
Thousand
time
Sons
I'm
during the Council of
go to paint
Nicaea
it. That way I
was a
can-
pretty
Oh!
pivotal and crucial speech
You see that? I
led to
dropped my
that
brush.
legion's censure, and thus the Emperor's subsequent disbanding of the Librarium. Now, due to their experience with the Overlords, Mortarion and the Death Guard also had a massive hatred for tyrants, particularly tyrants who use psychic powers to enslave their population. At this point in his life, it was Mortarion's ultimate goal to rid the universe of these tyrants, and it was a point of personal pride for him and his legion that their resilience and endurance could be used to protect those too weak to protect themselves. Now, this philosophy, however, would begin to become corrupted, as the Death Guard were one of the first legions to join in Horus's Great Betrayal, and that innate desire to protect the weak would
I don't want to
eventually
leave purple
curdle
on
into
my wood
abhorrence
floor.
of those who could not defend themselves. Now, it should come as no surprise that, considering their deep hatred of the Emperor and all those that were part of the Imperium that didn't directly come from Barbarous itself, that on the world of Istanbul 3, when the Traitor Legion sent
the
down
farming, so I can level up, gaining experience by farming. Yeah, dude.
Subsequently
we're farming hard.
Of those that the Death Guard
more often farming is what we need.
They were the original Terran-born Dust
Yeah, dude, bitten by the
Later on at Istvan 5, the Death Guard would gather with all of the other Traitor Legions, with the exception of the
that's what people call them, right? The Grey Pile of Shame or something like that.
The Salamanders, the Raven Guard, and the Iron Hands, killing an absolutely enormous amount of loyalists. It was said that the Raven Guard chapter alone had its numbers drop from 80,000 to 3,000 during this tragedy. It was one of the most shocking and reprehensible acts of betrayal humanity had ever seen. And if I'm being honest, it deserves its own video series because there's a lot to cover. Now, after a series of campaigns against the Imperium, eventually the Traitor Legions were closing in on Terra itself. And unfortunately, during a warp jump, Mortarion and the Death Guard would become stuck in the Sea of Souls, their ships becalmed, with no way out. This, however, was no freak accident. It was an act of betrayal that had been planned out by none other than Callus Typhon himself. After becoming a Space Marine, the young boy that Mortarion had saved so long ago would become his right-hand man. He would ascend the ranks and become the first captain of the Death Guard. He was his oldest friend, and there was none Mortarion trusted more. However, the nature of Typhon's origins were almost as mysterious as Mortarion himself. For you see, that boy wasn't only human, he was actually half Overlord. His entire life, he had been capable of great and terrible magic,
on the tail,
something that in his youth, other people on Barbarous were kind of terrified of. He had mastered them in secret and kept them suppressed, and after seeing Mortarion and his legion's deep hatred of Psykers, he further repressed his abilities, preferring to rely on his rugged determination and unbreakable willpower like the rest of his brothers. Now, that was however until Typhon would end up accompanying the Wordbearer fleets. It was with them that he learned of a potential future where his gifts were not
I can't even really see him on the camera. Damn.
Celebrated. It was Erebus of the Wordbearers that inducted Typhon into one of their lodges, which was basically a secret gathering of Space Marines and a practice that would soon spread throughout the Traitor Legions. Now, Typhon saw what the Space Marines could truly become under the path the Wordbearers.
We enjoyed making our pilot
were the way of the future, and that these ruinous
so if they're unfinished, it's your pile of shame. It's shameful because they're not done yet.
Worship than the false emperor. Typhon was actually
or even when they're all done, it's shameful because you spent so much time on
played a pivotal role
money and time on that, which is like, oh, big whoop, but bro, I love doing it.
And I'll be real, it's a pretty long list of messed up stuff. Was during that warp jump to Terra, as he had had all of the navigators aboard the Death Guard.
I had a good time,
claiming that it was their fault that they had become becalmed. That they were traitors amongst traitors and were still secretly
but it'll never mean to anybody, I guess, what they mean to me, right?
Influence began to seep into all of the ships in the Death Guard's fleet, and eventually one of the Space Marines would be afflicted with a terrible illness, something unheard of for them, as their human resilience had made them all but immune to disease. Now, it was Mortarion himself that eventually gave the mercy
stroke to the dying soldier. There's no shame in it, really, sometimes.
And you have to understand that he sees these men as his sons.
I hear you.
This individual was surely a barbarous descent, and he didn't deserve to die like this, stuck in the war, dying from illness, rather than on the battlefield like a
I definitely hear that. A new model comes out and it's like, oh, dude, cool model, I need to get it, because, I still got all these models I gotta finish, but I need that one before it comes and goes or something, or whatever might happen in the future. I just gotta make sure I get it while it's out.
His arms frantically, fighting and screaming. Morty backed out of the cell and sealed him inside, the creature frantically crying and smashing at the glass. Everyone in the room was completely shocked. They had no idea what was happening. The sickness then quickly began to spread throughout the fleet.
I plan on finishing all my things.
Insides, racked with unbelievable
pain.
Sure. And in one of the greatest ironies in the 41st
maybe I guess maybe I'll have such a big pile one day that
they were made to just suffer eternally.
No, I mean there's no point in having there's no point in buying another box if I haven't finished the last one, right? That, I mean, is that how I should do it? That sounds about right? That's what a normal sane person should do, and finish one and then do the next one.
He told Mortarion that this was the future, and that all he had to do to end him and his son's suffering was to
I get excited and ahead of myself, and oh dude, let me get these 3 boxes right here, and then we'll figure out which one we're going to do later.
The entirety of the Destroyer Plague retreated into Typhon's
like you said, life happens.
Swallowing him with Nurgle's might. He became the host of the Destroyer Hive, a horrific weapon that took the form of a living nest of demonic insects, infected with this plague that literally lived inside his body. And he's
probably let
actually
this guy
able to
dry. I
summon out
just
a
keep going
swarm
over
of
like
these
the same
insects
spots
from these
and
bone-like
haven't
tubes
really let
erupting
this guy
from his
dry.
back at his command.
I'm just gonna put
Having
this guy
taken
down.
his place as the Herald of Nurgle, Typhon abandoned his
on the
old
next
name
one.
and was from that point known only as Typhus. And with that, it was done.
Exactly,
the
but
pain
some
and horror
people just
Mortarion's
can't
sons
help
were afflicted
themselves.
with disappeared.
Yeah,
But their
I mean,
bodies
I hear,
remained
I
mutated
definitely
and
hear it.
unrecognizable.
There's
They had
many
become
times
the
where I
Plague
just can't help
Marines.
myself.
They
Like
were the
when I started getting
personification of
into
the
Rick and
Legion's
Morty.
teachings and ideals.
Love
And
Rick
they were
and
now
Morty.
truly
Well,
undying.
Rick and Morty
A
seasons
legion of
like 1
immortal,
through
nearly
3, they
indestructible
were really
warriors
great, and
that
then they
from
started
this day
kind of
forth
going off
would spread
downhill
the
for
blessings
me.
of the grandfather
I'm sure they're still
across
great.
space and time. Now, I don't want to defend Typhus here,
but
we have to kind of understand his point of view.
Rick and Morty
He
Pops
thought
came
he was
out,
doing
and
what
I
he had
just
to.
kept on
That the
buying
Death
one
Guard
after
were marching
another
on the most
after another.
well-defended planet in the entire
Like
Imperium.
I would
And that
search
through
for
subservience to Nurgle,
which ones I
they would
don't
become the
have, and
ultimate
okay,
weapon. They would
which
reach
ones
the
I
pinnacle
have?
of
Okay,
perfection
we
like
got that
no
one, okay,
Astartes
got
had
this
ever
one, this
done.
one, and this one.
He knew that Mortarion
Yeah,
and the Legion would not agree with him.
Get,
And due to their
get ahead of
deep distrust
yourself,
of the
get caught
warp,
up.
that
and
they couldn't be convinced to see the truth of the universe.
It's fun.
They
It's
had
just
to be
like
shown what Nurgle could do, that his gifts
I
would
didn't
have to
need
be
to-
forced on them. Unfortunately
like
for
they
them,
don't.
the
They're
Death Guard
not
and the
even out
rest of the
right
Traitor
now. You know?
Legions would ultimately
Have
be
them in a
unsuccessful
box
and were
in,
pushed
like, my
back from
closet or
Terra.
something.
And stubborn as always, it is said that the Death
There's
Guard
just too
were the
many. There's
last
too many to
abandon
put
the
in one
siege.
spot.
Like many of the
I
other
just
Traitor
don't want Rick and
Legions,
Morty
after the
taking
Horus
over
Heresy
the
ended,
whole area.
the Death Guard fled into the Eye of Terror to escape their loyalist hunters. Mortarion and
Or some
Typhus would
just
survive these
want
events,
to
but
make
their
a
relationship was
list of
shattered beyond
their
repair,
army
and Typhus would
and
eventually take
buy
off
it
to lead
all
his
at
own
once.
warband. And although it's not like a Primarch to suffer discontent or
Oh, man.
rebellion in
No,
any
I hear
form,
that too. I hear
he
that
allowed
too.
Typhus to go. And
Once
the
you
two of
get
them
your
still
like
work together
ideal
from time to
army
time,
thought of
although
and
they
stuff,
don't
you
see
want to
eye
put it
to eye.
together.
Typhus,
ASAP.
by all accounts, is the perfect puppet of Nurgle.
Just,
that
I guess
the
when it
Plague
comes
Lord
to
wishes
that, keep in
Mortarion
mind
would be.
that
Morty to this day is
the
still
pain
incredibly
the putting together,
distrusting
that's
of
the
grandfather,
process. That's what
but
makes
he'll
it
still
fun and
utilize his
happy.
blessings in
I mean,
war
playing the game
as
is probably
much as he
also
would with the ancient
dope and cool,
Phosphex
but
weapons.
I'm having so
The
much fun
power
right
of
here. I
Nurgle
haven't
is
even
a
played the
tool,
game yet,
and
you know?
tools are meant to be used.
I'm not even
Now,
there
needless
yet.
to
If I
say,
love
this
the
leads to a
game, could
lot
you
of
imagine,
interesting
dude?
headbutting
Oh man, I
between
bet you
Mortarion
can.
and Typhus,
I bet
but
you
that's
can.
neither here nor there.
Sorry, I'm not
Now,
there yet,
interestingly
but
enough,
I'm getting
it's not
excited just
uncommon
thinking
when
about
reading
it.
40k novels to hear Chaos
Yo,
Space
Area
Marines
51,
bickering
what's
and
up,
arguing
dude?
with themselves.
Here we are.
Many of them going as
We're
far
using
to
the new
speak ill
setup
of their
here.
Primarchs, disagreeing with their decisions, and even laughing at them behind their
the
back.
way over here.
Or even in some cases, like with Angron of the World Eaters, his legionnaires outright hating
So
him. There is a
we got the
pattern of this in
arm,
the
the
Death Guard as
light,
well.
camera,
Typhus
camera,
openly
camera,
mocks him to his face
mic.
and to anyone who will listen. They
Dude,
disagree on pretty much
it's
everything.
beautiful over here.
His beliefs about his Primarch have spread not only to his own warband, but to many others as well.
Hope you're
However,
doing
with
good,
the Death
dude.
Guard,
How's everything going, bro?
distrust and malcontent for their Primarch is not as widespread as it is with other Traitor Legions. And this is something really important about the Death Guard that you need to understand.
Yeah, so we're watching
the
a little,
majority of them are natives of Barbarous. The men that fought by
little
his
Warhammer
side
stuff.
during the reign of the
We're
Overlord still
kicking it,
remember just how horrifying
painting
it was.
some
And the originators
40K.
of the Legion will always remember
The good
that
stuff.
Mortarion's first act of liberty was to save them. He rescued them from a mockery of existence, from a planet-sized prison where they were nothing more than animals to be fed upon. And despite the sneers from Typhus and other warlords, the true sons of Barbarous will never forget what Mortarion did, and they will always be in his service, no matter what flaws he may have. And when it comes to Callus Typhon himself, regardless of the fact that the Death
yeah,
Guard's
dude, like when you're
emotions have
building a
been kind of
computer
muted
and
by
you're
the
like a
blessings of
computer
Nurgle,
nerd geek
and they
and you
no
want
longer
to
really
build a
feel hatred,
computer and
they still
bro,
remember
I was
what he
there.
did,
It's like, okay,
and they will never forget.
I'm gonna get this
There was a long
motherboard
period
because it
of
can do
time
this,
when
this, and
Mortarion
this.
had
It's
not
got
been
this
seen outside
chipset
of the
and
Eye of Terror for thousands of
oh,
years.
it can handle this much
However,
RAM.
he
Oh,
recently
let's
returned
get
and
all
led
the
the Death
RAM.
Guard on
Oh,
a
bro,
campaign
I don't
through the
have
realm
enough
of
money for this.
Ultramar in an event known as the Plague Wars. He
But
was inevitably pushed back.
I've also
but
been
not
there
before
where,
spreading
you know,
an enormous amount of plague
start
and
off with, like,
disease
a
through many
case.
of Ultramar's worlds.
Start off with a
And
case,
the
and you're like,
campaign
all
concluded
right,
with a
we're gonna put
climactic
in
battle between
some
himself
guts
and his
into
brother
this,
Gilliman.
fill her
Now,
up
from the Death Guard's point of
slowly.
view, the corruption and destruction of
And then
Ultramar
once you're
were
done, you're
certainly a
like,
major
wow, dude,
goal, but it wasn't their primary
I
objective.
made this.
You see, an alliance was struck between Mortarion and
I'm sure it's like that with children too. I made that.
It was the
but,
plague demon's job to brew a disease
Can't
strong
speak to
enough
that
to
just
kill a god.
Oh, sorry, out of the shot.
And it was subsequently known as the God Blight. Though despite many setbacks, he was ultimately successful in creating this disease. Mortarion took the God Blight, and during a battle with Gilliman, managed to infect him with it. And Gilliman surely would have died if it hadn't been for the divine psychic intervention of the God Emperor himself.
Doing this for
albeit
a while.
in psychic
and if I
form
don't like to play the game, like if I straight don't like the game, I'll still be painting these things because these things are badass. They look sick. In fact, I'll look for more models that look badass and look sick.
At some point, Mortarion actually managed to pluck
from
his
other
Overlord
games or
father's
from
soul
other
from the warp,
whatever.
and now keeps it in a
Doesn't
jar
have
on
to be
his
40k,
ship,
but 40k
so he can
looks
torture it whenever
badass.
he
The
likes.
lore is
Now,
badass.
this
The
doesn't
universe
quite
is
nullify his
badass.
anger over not being able to kill him himself.
I'm gonna stick
but it
to this
definitely brings him some
for a
form of
hot
joy,
minute.
if he's even capable of feeling that now.
I'm more
I
interested
guess
in
even the
playing
Primarchs
than
need a
painting.
hobby.
That's why
Now, I
I
personally
buy
think
more
Mortarion
boxes.
is a lot
I'll
more
play-
complicated than people tend
I'll
to
play
give him
him
credit
gray.
for, as
Oh,
there's nothing really
okay.
straightforward about him, or the
Huh.
hatred that he feels, and how he
I
even
didn't
really
even think
interprets that
about
hatred.
that.
He
Just
doesn't have
play
the
without
saint-like
painting
calm
them.
of
You
his
know what
brother
they are
Mordor,
because of what
nor
shape
the
they are
frothing,
and
single-minded
stuff.
rage of his brother
Huh.
Imran. And it is said that he carried a much heavier burden with him through
definitely- so
the
you-
ages since the time of his upbringing. It is said that
You're
for
more
Mortarion,
interested in
everything
playing than
came for him
painting. All right,
late
it's not
and
like
with great
you don't
difficulty.
like painting
He
them
was
at
the
all or
last to be
anything like
corrupted
that.
by chaos.
I'm
the
sure there's
last to
people that
arrive on
actually
Terra,
don't like to
and the
paint them.
last
I'm
to
sure
flee
there
from
is.
the
I'm sure
Imperial
there is.
Palace.
People are just like, no, I
Just
don't want to
beneath the
paint them.
surface, there's a simmering rage that Mortarion feels. For the Emperor, his Overlord father,
Yeah, you
for
can
his
do that if
brothers,
you're not
for the Imperium,
sanctioned
and in some
a
respects,
if
even
it's
his
not
own
a
legion.
sanctioned tournament.
Mortarion was
okay.
deeply damaged by his past, and even if the course of
Yeah,
history
no,
had changed
I'm not
and
really
went in a
looking to
completely different
tournament
direction,
it.
his psyche would always
I'm more
have ended
here to
up in a
like
fractious
make
state.
friends, have
This is something that
fun.
one of the Plague Marines and the Lords of Silence is
Maybe
ruminating on right before he meets his Primarch.
maybe when I finish
He
my
understands who
army,
and what Mortarion is,
somebody
flaws
wants
and
to
all,
go
but he states that even if
one-on-one with
Mortarion
me.
is damaged, that this is something to be celebrated.
Can we do it
For you see,
over?
what the Death Guard understand
Yeah,
that their
I'll roll my
Imperial
own
counterparts
dice
have
and
yet to grasp
I'll roll the dice
is
for
that
you, I
trying to fend
guess,
off
or
corruption is
tell me
nothing
what
but a
you
source
roll,
of
and
great
you got your own
disappointment.
dice over there, and
It's
I'll just
impossible to keep out. And although
being out
very
of like
difficult to do so,
just out
learning
of
to
fun, I'll
embrace
take
it
your word
is
on whatever the
incredibly
dice
profound.
rolls. And
Otherwise, you're signing
play
yourself
and have
up for a
fun.
long and grueling,
I don't
and
know.
most
We
importantly,
can think of something.
inevitable defeat. And if there's one last fact about Mortarion that I can leave you with that I think is incredibly important for you to understand who and what he is, is that he
yeah, dude,
actually
that's what I'm down for.
bald. I know, shocking, as a lot of the artwork tends to picture him bald.
I'm not a sore loser either. Like I don't.
But this wasn't the case for
I
him.
don't get mad
Book
when I
52 of the Horus
lose.
Heresy,
I
the
mean,
Buried Dagger, describes him
sometimes
with
I'll be
long
mad
black
if it's like just some
amber eyes and pale skin.
bootsiness
Pretty much
over and
all
over
the
and
official
over
artwork
again.
of him depicts him with
Like if
his
somebody
signature
kicks my
cowl,
ass and like
so we don't
I don't
really
know
get to
Soul
see
Calibur
that
by
beautiful
using the
mane of nasty,
same
filthy
move
hair.
the
But I figured
whole
this was
time
worth
over and
pointing
over.
out. To me, I feel like he's
That
got
gets a
kind of
little
Nathan
BS.
Explosion vibe
I'll be
going
mad
on.
about that. Oh, dude, use something else. Use a different move.
Amazon early holiday deals are here.
Try out your actual skill.
With everything you need to kick
Cheap
off the
shots.
season.
Yeah, I'm not down for cheap shots, but I'm down to have
Shop
fun and
Amazon early
you know,
holiday deals.
I'm down to
All right,
lose.
moving on from
just out of
Mortarion,
the
let's talk
fun
about
of
the
it,
terrible
but,
place that the Death Guard now call home.
Yeah.
So the Death Guard's original
not
home
much
world
of a
of Barbarous
sore
was
loser over
actually
here.
destroyed by the Dark
Gotta make sure I
Angels
keep
after
wetting
the
my
Horus Heresy,
brush.
as it had become a
Guy
breeding
goes
ground
dry
for
pretty
corruption.
quick.
However, in the
The
Eye of
smaller the
Terror,
brush is,
Mortarion created
the
a new
quicker it
world
goes
referred
dry.
to only as the Plague Planet. This was a world that was once known as Eliathada,
I
but
learned
no one
Warhammer
has called
using
it that in a
pocket
very long
change
time. It's an
and
ancient Eldar word
string
that
we
means
called
Sublime Soul
it
Garden, but it can
Warhammer.
also be translated as meaning Prideful
Bro.
Wasteland or the Dry Valley of Dreams, as the Eldar language is quite complicated
Yo.
and words have multiple interpretations. Yet somehow, all of them are kind of fitting for this place. You see, Mortarion shaped this planet to his will, and he fashioned it in the image of old Barbarous. Something that Typhus was kind of sickened by, as he
You feel
felt
more of a
that such
badass,
world only
like,
had sentimental
seeing how
purposes
far you've come.
and was a massive waste of time and resources when the
Started
Death Guard
out
could
here,
be out spreading the
and now I'm
Grandfather's
here.
blessings
You know what I
throughout
mean?
the galaxy. From orbit, the beautiful appearance of the planet hides its sinister nature. It's an incredible emerald green sphere.
That's actually how I
whose
feel
aura
like
is said to
with my,
radiate every color known to man. Plus some that can't
my
even
video
really be
making
described, and their names are only known to demons.
dude,
The colors derive from a
I totally
thick
messed
layer
up
of
right there on
poisonous
this leg.
clouds that are
It's on
several
his
miles
elbow and
deep
shit. You
and
see that?
cover the entirety of the world.
Like, if you see my
Mortarion
first
designed these
videos
plague
that
clouds
I
as
that
he
I
wished
that
to
I
keep the
made
surface
on
of
my
the planet
channel,
hidden from prying
they're
eyes.
like with
And
the
clouds themselves
laptop
are made of
camera,
corrosive
using the
contagions that would
laptop
cause any ship that
microphone,
tried to penetrate them to corrode and fall apart in
and
minutes. Only the ships of the Death Guard are able to pass through
looking
intact.
looking
The planet
looking
is a
back at
plague-riddled
it from
hellscape.
where I'm at now.
Massive black spires
Damn,
stand
dude,
erect over the
I
entire
got like my own
surface of the world.
studio up in here. You know what I
Unnatural
mean?
mountain ranges of black rock and dark iron upturned, slick with slime and rot. There are so many of them that it is said that viewing the landscape from above resembles a giant black porcupine. Now, in between these spires live hordes of plague-ridden barbarians that cling to their miserable existence among the entropic forests and fetid swamps. Massive diseased beasts roam amongst the trees and through the planet's disgusting valleys, preying on the humans and mutants that call this place home. Atop the fetid spires, the Death Guard have built countless bastions and fortresses, ironically making them resemble the overlords of ancient barbarism,
that guy dry a
which
little
is
bit.
an irony that is definitely not lost on them.
Go back to this
Each
guy,
of
the
Guard's
original one I
great
started, not the
maintain
original,
a
first one
colossal
of
fortress
tonight.
here, the largest of which being known as the Black Manse, or the Whispering Tower, which is Mortarion's personal bastion. It's said that the Black Manse is a twisted parody of the Imperial Palace, everything being bleak, dark, and twisted, and not to mention every aspect, from the gates to the walls to the towers, are precisely 7 centimeters taller.
I might, if I get really into this and love the game and all that,
laboratories and all manner
I
of rusted
probably
forge
will buy my
every
own
day.
train one day.
Numerous demon engines
But
are
I
crafted,
definitely want to make
as well
my
as
own train and
thousands
see
of
how
new
that comes
plagues
out.
and poxes.
I
This
like
is a
the whole
world
arts and
completely
crafts
consumed by
aspect to
disease,
this,
where
to the
thousands
thing, to the
die
game.
every day down in the muck. And deep within the disease factories of the Plague Planet, the foul Blightspawn of the Death Guard oversee the construction and design of ever more
arts and
terrifying
crafts
poxes.
with like
These rotting laboratories are
badass
filled
characters,
with overflowing
badass
vats
lore,
of contagious liquid, and hundreds, if not thousands,
Space
of
Marines that
captured
don't take no
slaves that are
guff
used
from
as test
nobody.
subjects. These terrible places are overwhelming with the blessings of Nurgle. And the
Look at him
Blightspawn that are in charge
sideways,
of
he'll be
crafting
like,
these abilities
heresy!
also take them
Run
into
you
themselves,
through.
as it would be unfair only to allow the test subjects to be so blessed. In the short run,
On camera?
this makes them
Alright, we're good,
stronger
so
and
we're
gives
good.
them an enormous amount of insight into the nature of disease. But over time, the corrupting influence of these plagues mutate their bodies, and they'll eventually reach a breaking point.
And we're
It is
probably
said that in
gonna,
these laboratories, Master Blightspawn can be seen stuck to the
how much
walls,
is left in this
having
video?
taken
Yeah.
root within the factory itself, like a sentient
Oh yeah,
fungus.
dude, it's almost
It is
over.
here that the new foul
Few minutes left.
Blightspawn come to seek wisdom from their predecessors.
We're gonna
before returning to
see
their
what
warbands with
movies
their
there
new
are
creations,
on
ready to be
YouTube.
unleashed upon an
I
unsuspecting
could go
universe. And a fun little side note about
Amazon
this world,
Prime,
it's said
but
that the Death Guard control one of the largest fleets
I
within the
feel
Traitor
like
Legions.
maybe
And this is
YouTube might
because
have
when they're
something
forced
good.
to
So we're
leave a
gonna
ship
check
behind
YouTube real
or it's
quick. If we see
destroyed,
something
the
good, we're
drifting
gonna
hulks
toss on a
somehow
movie
always
on
find their way
YouTube.
back to the Plague Planet.
But if there's
Whether
nothing
by
good on
Nurgle's
YouTube,
will
we're gonna
or
go
their
to
own
Amazon
twisted
Prime
machine
and catch
spirits,
some
they
quick
always make
little
it back to their
movie.
heretical overlords, eager to serve and act as a blasphemous vessel for which the Death Guard can spread their horrors. And the Death Guard see the Plague Planet as beautiful.
There's a couple spots on this guy where I feel like it's either not painted. Oh, see, and I just got him on the shoulder.
Embrace of mortality in
not on the
all of its
camera again.
truest and most honest aspects. The Legion will only rest
Got him
when
a little
all
bit on the
worlds are
shoulder
plague
right there.
planets, and the bells toll out across the galaxy, made into the image of spectacular
Hold on.
decay. So in closing, I can think of no
There's
better
an
emotion
official
to
app
describe
to
the Death Guard
play.
than
It's
that of
kinda
irony.
difficult to
Mortarion had a
play.
deep-seated hatred of Psychers and the Warp, and yet now he is a mutated plague demon and a Psyker in his own right, ruling
With
over
your
a planet within the Eye
positivity
of
and
Terror.
attitude, you
The Death
can
Guard
only
began their
go
long
up,
journey
mate.
as
Thanks,
men
dude. I
seeking to
appreciate that.
overthrow their
That's why I
demigod-like
gravitated
overlords,
towards your
only to
stream.
now
Thanks,
find
dude.
themselves in a very similar position.
I appreciate it,
ruling
bro.
from amongst
It means
black
a lot.
spires.
Thank you.
They spent their history building up their immunity and resilience,
Yeah, dude.
only to be infected with a plague of horrible
Yeah,
proportions.
dude.
But due to this training,
There's no point in
could not
being
die from it.
cranky and
Typhus kept his
mad and
powers hidden because the Legion feared
butthurt
them,
about
only
stuff.
to use those very same
You know,
powers
life, bro.
against
Life-
them in the most horrific way
Life
imaginable.
happens.
The story of the Death Guard is undoubtedly
Gotta
tragic.
deal
The
with
proud
it
and
and
noble
keep moving
Legion that once
forward
existed has been
with a
replaced
good
with
attitude.
plague-ridden monsters. A vector
Maybe
of
you'll get
disease and
somewhere.
death
Maybe
through
you'll
which the
get somewhere.
grandfather spreads his blessings across the cosmos. So much of who
Alright,
they
let
were
that
has
guy
been
sit
lost.
for a second
Their
and
honor, their
dry.
chivalry, their
What was the
desire
second
to
one
rid
we
the
did? It
universe
was
of
with the
tyrants,
arm guy.
it's all been replaced
Helping
with the
Hands.
blasphemous need to spread corruption and death.
Think
And to
so
me, the
cool,
most
dude.
tragic thing of all is that Mortarion, the breaker of chains and the emancipator of Barbarous, the noble Primarch who sought to rid the universe of tyrants and use his son's strength to protect the weak, has become a mockery of his former self. A twisted
If you want a
parody,
40K
plague-ridden
feeling
wraith.
movie, maybe
He'd always
watch
been referred
Starship
to as the
Troopers.
Reaper, but now that title fits better than ever.
Badass,
As
dude.
this
Yeah,
once
I love
noble
Starship
hero of
Troopers.
mankind, who
Actually,
united a
we
world to
already
overthrow
did a
their
watch party for
oppressors,
Starship
has become a
Troopers
tyrant more
when
vicious and cruel than all of the overlords combined. He
when
is now the aspect of death itself.
what's that other game?
Even
Not
the
Space
Death Guard
Marines
are an
2,
infection
but the
upon
one
the
that came out a
galaxy.
little
One
bit
that if
before
left
that.
unchecked will
That's
continue
just
to
like
spread
that.
until
Starship
there is
Troopers.
nothing but decay and entropy.
Bugs
and
in
if
the
the
game.
Imperium refuses to see the truth that the Death
Damn.
Guard offer,
We're
then
gonna
they
play
will
that
let
game
the
one of these days
galaxy
too,
rot.
but
And I'll leave you with a passage from the Lords
yeah,
of
dude.
Silence
So like
that I think is pretty enlightening.
maybe
You see, there's a scene where a
8 months
captured
ago we saw
guardsman has
it.
been forced to live aboard one of the Death Guard ships. And he ends up in a pretty
I love
interesting
Starship
conversation with
Troopers.
one of their
I saw that in movie
This
theaters when it
guardsman
came
is
out,
beginning
bro.
to be corrupted by Nurgle against his will, and his body is going through some
In
pretty
fact, it came
awful
out in
changes.
November because my dad took me to go see it on my birthday.
And is ultimately loyal to the Imperium. He asked the Tallyman if there was a path to redemption.
I think I saw it
Would the
twice.
Death Guard take it? Would they come back to the Imperium? And the Tallyman tells him, there are no ways back. That is the only unchangeable fact of the universe. Even the gods do not break that law. Tread the path to its end, or tread no path at all. There are no resting places, and there are no ways back. The guardsman tells him that they'll kill you. The Emperor's angels, they'll kill all of you. And the Tallyman tells him that they might. But as you've begun to discover for yourself,
yeah, Starship Troopers, it's on my channel.
Far worse things.
It's on there. Maybe we'll catch it again, but since I just watched it like less than a year ago, we're gonna wait on that guy. All right, let me see if there's anything worth watching right quick on YouTube. Oh wait, free movies. Here we go. Free prime time. Good Burger. Hell yeah. Tropic Thunder. Damn. Balls of Fury, dude. Who's down? Little Nicky's badass. Truman Show's badass. The new Poltergeist, man, all about the original one, dude. The new one was all right, but the original one was better. I passed out watching The Waterboy last night. Woke up watching Titanic. Ah, that's funny. What a difference! What a difference that like movie to fall asleep to and to wake up to. What the hell's going on? Why is the ship sinking? Damn, dude. I might have to go with whatever I said a little while ago, a minute ago. There's no Idiocracy, but I just saw that not too long ago. I should have streamed it. I don't think I did. That was pretty good. Arrival. Arrival was pretty good, and so is the other Arrival with what's his face. How about Predator? Because you're painting Termagants. Predator. I'm down for Predator. Did you see Predator on here? Is it on YouTube? The first Predator, right? Alright. I haven't seen it though. Yeah, no worries. I just want to do something quick and easy that I could just toss on without having to like go looking for anything. That's why I thought, okay, something on YouTube. We're already on YouTube. What was it? Oh yeah, Balls of Fury, bro. Let me take a look. Idiocracy. I guess we can do Balls of Fury. I guess we can do Balls of Fury. Balls of Fury is good. It's funny. Idiocracy. Alright, hold on. Let me see if we got Predator on anywhere. Just a quick eyeball. A lot of the times this thing live. It says I do a search for like a movie and it's like, oh, it's on Netflix, has it for free, and I'm typing in Alien Predator. Predator. Alright. No, I don't see it anywhere. No, everywhere it costs money. Voodoo it costs money, Apple TV costs money, and Prime Video it costs money to rent. I guess we could do Balls of Fury. Balls of Fury is underrated. Fanboys. Yeah, dude. Let's do Balls of Fury. Kudoshito, have you seen it? Trust me, bro. Watch it. It's funny. Little Caesars, what's up, dude? Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. First models arriving Friday. Nice, dude. Congrats. That's awesome, man. Are you gonna stream it? Are you gonna post some pictures up maybe of it? Of your completed models? What are you gonna be doing? Which models did you get? Whatever won't get your stream taken down works. I'd been to watch it. Nice. Welcome to the hobby, Little Caesars. Infernus Squad. Nice. Yeah, that's what I got. Did you get the introductory set? Yeah, I got the introductory set that came with Infernus Squad, like 10 Termagants. And yeah, we're doing the Termagants right now. I still haven't started on the squad. I wanted to get my feel into the paint first and then use all my skills on the squad. Yeah, dude. All right, Balls of Fury, you guys. Get there, find it. Oh, do I need a timer on here? I do need a timer. All right, I'll do a timer. So get to Balls of Fury. This is how I do my watch parties. Meet me at 5 seconds. And you know what? I'm gonna put the movie behind some of the chat and cut some of it out. That way, hopefully they won't bust my ass on YouTube. You know how they do. We'll cover it up a little bit with this one. Oh. Yeah, I can't like really let you guys listen to it because yeah. I don't want to get copyright. But as for watching it, yeah, you can watch it. Cut a little bit off and you'll be able to watch a little bit of it. Remove this. I want Sony above Ghost. I guess cool some flamers, dude. I guess you're painting them orange just to stay in brand. Orange. I'm not painting them orange. Little Caesar, you painting them orange? Hold on. I missed something. Caesar. I just got a set of 3 with 6 paints. A set of 3 with 6 paints. Huh. 6 paints? They gave me 5 paints and like I don't know how many comes in a set, but I got 1 2, 3, 4, 5 Infernus Marines, 10 Termagants, and 1 Ripper Swarm. I think that's what it is. Flame Dudes, brand 3. You got the painting kit, nice. Yeah, buddy, no Tyranids. Okay, I hear you. I don't think it comes with the hobby snips, just a heads up. Oh no. Yeah, mine came with the clippers, the snips. I got the supplies I need. Okay, good. Nice. You got your supplies. Next, I'm gonna buy the Black Templar Combat Patrol. Nice. I saw a small video on the Combat Patrol for the Templars. Looks badass. All right, you guys, Balls of Fury. If you guys are down to watch it, what I do recommend is pulling it up on your own, on your TV or whatever, and have me going on your phone or some other side device if you're going to be paying attention to the movie. I got it more for background. I've seen it before. Good movie, funny. I'll be saying things here and there, but I'm still going to be painting my guys, mostly focusing on the painting and the chat. But yeah, free with ads on YouTube. Next time I'm gonna Black Templar. No, Little Caesars without the orange scheme. Okay, I don't have orange paint. Maybe some. Just paint them as Black Templars, probably. Oh, nice. Okay. And just make them Black Templars. Cool, cool. I got purple primer. Nice. Hell yeah. All right, you guys, here we are. We're doing it. We're going to be counting to 3, and we're going to be pressing play on Balls of Fury. Oh, I spaced. I didn't get Balls of Fury to 5 seconds. Hold on. Painted Black Series figures. Nice. Yeah, this is my first Warhammer experience. Painting, putting together miniatures, and it's badass. I'm having a great time. It's awesome, dude. And I've been living under a rock for some time because I've never known about this, and that's sweet, dude. All right, you guys. Wow, what's this? Dismiss. All right, we're at 5 seconds. We're gonna count to 3, and we're gonna press play. All right, here we go, you guys. 1, 2, 3. I don't have glue, but it didn't come with glue. It didn't. It was the ones that have the pegs on them, and you just stick them inside the little holes. On the box it said no glue necessary or required or something like that. So I figured, oh yeah, cool. But I've seen a lot of people use glue, and Area 51 and Kuroshito was telling us before about people using sprue glue. They need to put plastic into the glue for like better sealing. And yeah, for push to fit models you won't need it. Yeah, but I've also seen people. What did you guys call it when they mess up their models? They don't mess them up, but they cut off an arm and they angle it in a different way. Oh snap! I got to turn off the movie sound. Hold on.
His McDonald's collector's glass.
Woo! See if I get knocked for that. Kit bashing. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Kit bashing. Kit bashing is badass. I just I'm nowhere near ready for that yet. I know if I mess it up, I don't want to have to like be overwhelmed with a broken model. Damn, I got a shoulder again. I call him a shoulder guy. Alright, I gotta find the angle. There we go. Turn down the light a little bit. Terminator up there. Some kids deserve the bashing. Yeah, some of them that bad where they need to be fixed. Well, yeah, dude. Sometimes your imagination's better than other people. You definitely want to fix it up a little bit. This guy. Oh my god. Is that what's his face from Reno 911? Bro. Sure is. All right. Officer Dingle. Dingle. Dangle. I spent 60 on a ATST and broke the cannon. No! Damn it. ATST from Star Wars? Yeah. Damn. That sucks. I mean, but you were able to glue it back together and, you know, make it look like it wasn't ever broken, right? But yeah, that sucks. I know your pain, man. You get something you spend some hard-earned cash on, and the next thing you do is you snap an arm off or something real quick, all dumb-like with your kung fu grip. You don't even know how it happened, but all of a sudden you're there with two pieces. Yeah, dude, I hate that. Whoops. Quick question, did you thin your paints? I sure did. Yeah, I don't want to lose too much detail on the models. People have been helping me out, hooking me up with some knowledge. I watched a couple of YouTubes on like how to paint minis and how to take care of my brushes, and I haven't used the nice brushes yet. I'm afraid I'm gonna ruin them, so I'm using like 99-cent brushes. Or well, they're cheaper than 99 cents because it was a pack of 7 for like $1.50. Make sure not to use too much force. I once ruined an ATST model. Dang. Or not a mini, but a model. It's really nice. 1, 2. Damn, that sucks. But like, I feel like having a tiny joint that connects to the large gun is kind of stupid. Yeah, no, I hear you. They should just make it one piece, one giant piece. Bro. Look at him go with the ping pong balls. Yo. Bro. I broke the little tubing. Oh, damn. Maybe we should fix it, dude. Maybe, well, something. Possibly. Combination of blue and green stuff could save it. What's green stuff? I have actually watched Balls of Fury before. I just couldn't recall it from the title. Oh yeah, yeah. No worries, no worries. Yeah, I do that with a few movies too. Where they just it looks familiar. Oh yeah, yeah. I usually do watch parties, but like I said, I want to do models more often, my miniatures. So I'm probably going to be doing it during my watch parties. And I do watch parties almost every other day. I've been slacking a little bit, but here lately. But yeah, I just want to do a little bit more model action more often. Let that guy dry for a minute. Let's go to number 3. Combination. I haven't actually watched one. It's like a putty. Oh, the green stuff is like a putty. Looking good, my stream buddy. See you later. Bella Truth, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you for hanging out. Did you see our setup? Did you like it? Yeah, thank you for hanging. We will see you soon, later. We'll be watching the movie and painting a little bit more. I've been painting a Scout Trooper recently, a Black Series one. Nice. That's badass. Did you already answer if you guys streamed or post pictures about stuff? If you did, I missed it. But post some pictures, bro. Stream some of it, and if you don't want to stream, video some of it and then post it on your YouTube, and I'll give it a thumbs up. Both of you, all of you, everybody. Oh, one of the bristles fell out, bro. Wow. Right. Oh well. Oh, commercial, you guys. Pause the timer or pause your episode. Yeah, let's do 10:05. Meet me back at 10:05 when we get there. Little Caesars might need an X-Acto knife to flush the broken piece and some bracers to fix it in place until the glue dries, but sounds fixable. All right. Been on it for a week. Nice, dude. See, that's how you know it's gonna like look nice when you've been taking your time with it, being nice to it, talking to it, playing music for it, feeling it out. You know what I mean? It's such a tiny little piece of. All right, you guys, we're back on the movie. What did I say? 10:05? All right, 10:05. I'm going to count to 3 and we're going to press play. Hopefully, you guys are off the commercials, not on the commercials. All right, here we go, you guys. 10:03 Balls of Fury. Count to 3 and press play. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, dude. I used to pirate movies all the time when I was actually I probably shouldn't be saying that online, but yeah, dude, when I was a kid I would pirate movies all the time. And but since we watch movies here, we kind of want to keep it on somewhat of a legal level. If you watch my Monster Mondays, I kind of pirate those, but they're on a website somewhere. If you're internet savvy, you'll be able to find it too. But yeah, if you can do free, dude, get it free. Find it free. Just a question: you guys get free movies on YouTube in US? Like, do you need to have YouTube Premium? No, you could just go on YouTube, and there's like on the left section where it says like home subscriptions. There's a section that says like movies and TV, music, news, other little topics and stuff, and then you just click on movies and TV shows. It should have another little drop down where it's like, oh, premium movies, movies that you pay for, buy, rent, and then there's like free with ads, and it just says free with ads. I meant to look bigger, just went to hell. Oh. And back. I just fired on. Let's be honest. Fair. Let's be honest here. Most tech literate persons have at least done it once. Yeah, for sure. VPNs are great. Yeah, if you got a VPN, you put in a different area, and you'll have like different movie selections for certain things. Certain areas get different movie selections. That's pretty dope. True. Yeah, I got one. Might set up US server just to try it out. Yeah, dude. Anyways, did your set come with any wash? No washes. Wash is very cool. Yeah, no washes. But people have hooked me up with the knowledge of like just getting like a black or something and watering it down heavily until it becomes a wash. We'll probably do that to start off with. Or wait, you guys said that it's better to do that at first, right? So I don't have to worry about watering down the right way or the right amount and this and that. All right. Let that guy dry. Wet my brush a little more. Wash is very cool. Thanks, my stream buddy. I didn't know that. I've only seen renting and buying movies, at least from where I'm located. Yeah, man, no worries. Yeah, hopefully it'll have it on your, from where you're at. If not, definitely go VPN and maybe it'll have it for you afterwards. But yeah, that's what it shows on my end at least. You can make a simple one. Take 2-3 parts water. Take 2-3 parts water and 1 part paint. Okay. So for every drop of paint, 2 to 3 drops of water. I'm down. And make sure it's thin, but not too thin. One tip: don't put wash on a wet pellet. Okay, for sure. Yeah, my ass would have definitely put it on the wet pellet at first. And then I would have been like, oh, it's too thin, bro. Yeah, you're putting it in more water. Gotta go. All right, little Caesar. Well, thank you for being here. I will be having fun. I appreciate you, man. I will catch you a little bit later. We'll be here doing it. We'll probably paint a little bit more later on this week. We got more movies, more shows, more snacks and drinks to get on. We'll be doing it, man. But thank you for cruising by. I appreciate you. Also, metallics, don't put them on your wet palette. Oh, see, I didn't know that either. Later, little Caesar. Damn. Okay, so metallics, no go for the palette. Metallics will contaminate your water. All right. Yeah, I remember people saying to if I paint with metallics and I, rinse my brush off in water, to definitely change water, replace the water when I switch to a different color again or whatever. Backs. Have a separate brush and rinse for metallics. Okay, have a separate brush altogether. Okay, so have a separate brush for metallics and then change the water when I'm done using said metallics. Damn, you guys. Well, thank you for the hookup on knowledge, you guys. I'm way down. I'll probably forget, but hopefully I won't forget. And if I do forget, I know you guys will remind me, and I thank you and I appreciate you. Thank you guys. Too old to stop training, bro. This guy. Love that guy. And you use Lady's Pizza, bro. Those balls are awesome, dude. They have like little like I don't know what's in them, but it's like something heavy, like little weight inside of them, and they like make noise. They make noise. I don't know what they're called, but one of my family members had a couple of those. These are dope. Yo, George Lopez, dude. Lopez is pretty funny. Did you meet Dumbo? This guy. Great honor. Damn, dude. All right. Purple looks all right, you guys. Look better over here. No. If you're keen on checking out a different painting technique, you can give contrast speed paints a research. You know what? Yeah, dude. I'm always down to check stuff out. Let me see. They look clean. Thanks, bro. Let me just Google it real quick. That way, at least it's there for later. What's it called? Contrast speed paints. Contrast speed. Contrast speed painting technique. All right. That way I can just binge a couple YouTube videos on that and see what's up. It's like washes, but more pig. Oh, pause the movie, you guys. Let's do 2005. 2005. And yeah, we'll be back soon. 2005 is my timer. Alright, so that one looks good. This one needs another coat for the legs for sure. Yeah, just one more coat on that guy. So 2 needs a coat. Actually, that's 3. 3 needs a coat. Oh, here we go. Skip. Alright, you guys, I'm back on the movie. 2005. Hopefully you're past the commercials. Sorry for my commercials. One of these days I'll switch it up so we don't have commercials anymore, but we're trying to do things free over here. Oh, dismiss. Stupid. I don't like this. Alright. Alright, you guys. We're at 2005. I'm gonna count to 3 and we're gonna press play. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. It's like washes, but more pigmented. Alright, I'm down. I'll check it out. I'll see what's up. Does 2 need another coat? Actually, 2 looks pretty good. Maybe one more little spot right there, but we'll do that detail later. Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna give him one more coat. Screams like a girl, dude. I love it. So funny. All right. Grab my paint. Give it one more quick coat on all of them. Oh, the chopsticks in the nose, bro. This guy. Yo, is he blind? I totally spaced. I missed it. He's blind, huh? Bro. The whole time he was doing everything, he was blind. Wow. His lucky cricket, dude. Bro. Poor guy, dude. Oh, man. I love it. All right. Bro. Oh. Bro. Ho-ho! Woo! I love her. Damn, dude. I'm so glad I did one more coat. Look at that. That looks beautiful, dude. That looks like almost professional. Cool. Cool, dude. How many GANs have you left? I've got. So we're only working on 3 right now. And I still got 4 left that I haven't even started at all. No base or no nothing. It's just the primer. We got 4 of those left, and then the Ripper Swarm, 1 more piece. That's 2 little guys. But yeah, I got these 3 that I'm doing tonight. I think we're gonna add the black to them too. Let me see how much left on the movie. Yeah, we're gonna do the black on this model too. These models. So the claws, the hooves, and the part of the gun we'll be doing tonight. So cool, dude. Love painting models. I've never telling you, I've never done something like this before. I've always liked painting and arts and crafts stuff, but little models like this? Hell no. All of a sudden, what? This is dope, dude. Where have I been so long? And I already can tell I'm doing a better job on these guys than the first 3 that I did. I mean, I'm doing better by staying inside the lines on this one, on these guys more. When you're base coating white on your next GANs, use your biggest brush and just slap it on. You're gonna paint over most of it anyways, just so you don't need to spend too much time on it. Yeah, dude. So that's what I did my first. No, that's what I did the last couple videos. But my first video, I used the same brush. I think on all the videos, a bigger brush. No, I think I still use this same brush. But anyways, the first time around, I was right there trying to just do every little bit, every crevice, and yeah. Later on, the next couple videos is like, okay, we're just slapping it on there. Yeah. I spent way too much time the first day I opened the pack. The first day of painting, took way too much time painting. But like I said, it's all of it's fun. All of it's fun. So yeah, I did get a little worn out on my eyes and trying to see detail after trying to finish one by himself. Because we did one by himself first. We did the base, a few coats, and then we did the purple, a few coats, and then we did the black, a few coats, and it took a long time just to do one. So that's why I broke it down into doing 3 and just doing the base coat. That took a couple hours for just these 3 last week. Now it's going to take a couple hours just to do the purple coats. But I'm having fun. And I like chatting with you guys, chilling it. Just remember, art is in the name. Yeah, dude, for sure. I don't know. Oh, my timer. Hold on. All right, perfect spot. 30-10, 30-10. So it's every 10 minutes we get a commercial, you guys. I don't know about you, but base coats are the most boring part of the painting for me personally. Yeah, no, I hear you. It is, but I still enjoy it. Just I can't say just the same because then obviously it's not the most boring part, but it is boring. It's more boring because I don't have to like get up in there and be detailed with it. But I'm having fun just doing that also, I guess. Yeah, batch painting is the way to go. It just gets you in the zone. Yeah, dude, I definitely hear that. Yeah, yes. Last week, it went by quick. All of a sudden, it was 3 hours. Like I was all, oh, I'm just gonna do two, and like all of a sudden, it was three or something like that. I'm pretty sure it was like that. Lose track of time. Like right now, yeah, dude, we're gonna be hitting 2 hours here soon. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. That's why I want to do it more often. Like, so we'll probably stop after I do the blacks of the hooves, the claws, and the gun. On these three, we'll finish these three, call it a night, and then we'll probably paint again here in the next couple days. Maybe Friday, Friday or Saturday, we'll paint again while we watch a movie. We'll do more movie watch parties. I'm not gonna have the setup like this. I'm gonna probably change it a little bit more on the screens. Yeah, I'm gonna change it around a little bit, but we're figuring it out and we're doing it. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's still fun. Just gets tedious with not much to show for, I guess. I hear that. I hear that. Compared to putting on the layer and shades, I guess. Yeah, dude. Yeah, when you're done and you just got a bunch of like base painted guys and you're just like, I didn't even really do much. I was here for 3 hours and I didn't do that much. I definitely hear that. But dude, I was only here for 2 hours and these look like great now that I just added just a little bit of purple to them. So cool, dude. And like everybody's are gonna, for the most part, they're the same for everybody, but not really, Like everybody's got their own personal touch to it. It's dope. It's dope. I like it. All right, you guys, we're at 30-10, Balls of Fury. We're gonna count to three and we're gonna press play. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. Yeah, that looks. Oh, maybe one little tiny spot I missed. Nice, dude. All right. So 2 is good on purple. Now we're just gonna do number 3, purple, and then we're gonna switch over to black. One more coat. One more coat. Exactly. Yeah, dude. It's gonna be wild later. It's not even gonna feel like I did much. And I'm gonna be all done, and they're gonna look badass, and they're gonna look great. What throws me off a little bit also is the wet paint is shiny, and the light reflects off of it, and I think, oh, I didn't paint it all the way. There's still a white spot right there. No, no, it's just a reflection of wet paint. It's all good. It's just it throws me off just slightly. Yo, the little girl. Yo. Helps to have a light that changes colors. Yeah? Like automatically, like I'm set to like a little like a strobe or something, or should I put it from like a, a cold light to a warm light? You can always paint over it if you miss a spot, so no stress. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go back because I came out of the line just a little bit here and there, not too bad, but yeah, definitely gotta come back later and fix up the details. But for the big stuff looks great. Alright, I think. Oh, whoops. That's right. Only slightly, only slightly. Alright. Obsolete. We can always paint over it. Touch ups happen no matter what. Yeah, buddy. I guess Area 51 means a light that can change light temp. Yeah, because I put it a little warmer. It still shines, but it does help a little bit. And I'm thinking, oh, if I do straight colors, and well, this light doesn't do colors, but if I like turn the other lights on and do colors while I have this light on, maybe it'll give me like a little bit of an effect where I'll be able to tell what's a glare and what's not. Or I could just put this guy down, wait for him to dry, and then I'll know for sure, right? I just get impatient and want to finish it while it's still trying to dry. I use a lamp that changes between 6 color tones, not automatically. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. We'll be trying stuff out. I'll try out with the temperature of the light first, and if that doesn't really do much, I'll switch it over to actual color tones. Waiting for him to dry is the best bet. Yeah. Once he dries, he'll be all right. All right. So we finished with the purple coats. I'm gonna switch over to black now. Put the purple away. No more purple. How often should I shake up my paints? Like I painted last week. Do I really need to shake it? Or or should it be all right since it's only been a week? Blue light, white light, orange light with a shade between each. Okay. All right. Go cool to warm. whenever you see it separating. But it's best practice to always give it a shake. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably we'll just shake it then. Make sure it's all good always. It's always good to have good practice first. Make it a habit to do good. Yeah, buddy. I'll turn this guy a little further down now. Yeah. BBs help with the mix. Oh yeah, dude, you did tell me that. I need to get some BBs, dude, or something similar to BBs. Use the marbles to my Marble City thing that I made. Throw a whole big ass marble in there. No, you guys. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, BBs. Definitely got to get some BBs for that. That's dope. That's a good idea. Or some mixing balls, as long as it does not rust. Okay. Damn, that would suck, dude. I put something in there to help shake it up, and it rusts, and it gets my paint all nasty. Oh, that's wasted. Wasted paint right there. I don't need that much black because it's not that much. I'm just gonna take a nice little scoop. It'd be enough for a drop or two. That should hopefully be enough. Oh, commercial, you guys. All right, again, yeah, dude, it's every 10 minutes I have a commercial. So 4010, that's where where we paused it. 4010, meet me at 4010. Some just use pebbles that's thoroughly washed, then dried. Okay. I'm gonna need some tiny ass pebbles. Yeah, these little paints are tiny, bro. But yeah, tiny pebbles. Alright. I can find pebbles easily, but finding BBs, I have to like go somewhere and look for them, and you know how that goes. You know how the lazy goes around here. It gets me good. Alright, you guys, 4010. There it is. 4010. We're gonna count to 3 and we're gonna press play. 4010. Hope you're back. Hope you're good. Drink that water. Stay hydrated. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Stay hydrated, you guys. Alright, we're starting on the black now. Black hoofs. And the black nail at the back. Oh. I should probably just go small brush. Since I'm doing the small parts, I should just go small brush. Let me just use the rest of the black on the big stuff. Gotta love Christopher Walken, you guys. Funny ass dude. Bro. All right. All right. So the black, for the most part, is good on this guy. Claws, hooves, part of the gun. Oh, I forgot the eye of the gun. We'll use a smaller brush for that for detail. Wash this guy off. Do you stream on other platforms or just YouTube? I stream on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Yeah, four platforms right now. YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Kick. But I got the most subscribers on YouTube. 100 subscribers, you guys. I got like 30 on Twitch, like 33 on Twitch. Rumble, I've got like 40. And Kick, I got like 30 also. You should start putting your links on the description, mate. I'll try to give you a follow on Twitch. Cool, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm down. I think I did. I think I did in the beginning. I think I changed it up, but yeah, dude, I'm down. I'll put him back up there. definitely should. On my like my starting soon screen, I think I have them. Oh no, I don't. Never mind. Maybe a be right back screen. No, never mind. Yeah, I had them somewhere. I don't know what I did to them, but yeah, I'll definitely put them back up there. Thanks, dude. Yeah, if you want to give me a follow on Twitch, I'd appreciate it, man. But you don't have to do that, but I'm down. If you want to, I'm way down. Thank you. Pull out the other brush for detail. So other people can follow your other platforms. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I should. I should definitely. I just yeah, no excuse. I should have done that a while ago. Do black on a different term again. Find a good angle to hold this guy right here. Yo, thanks for the follow, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I've got to wake up early. I haven't streamed in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna try to get some games in before SG1. Yeah, dude, jump on it, get it, and get some rest, man. Thank you for hanging out this whole time. I appreciate you. And yeah, dude, I will definitely catch your stream when I gotta do something about those notifications, man. Your notifications don't come up on either of my accounts. It's like my personal account and then this one. But yeah, dude, get some rest, and I will catch you. I'll catch you tomorrow. Be cool, bro. Oh, commercial, you guys. Pause that real quick. All right. So 50:05. Damn, dude. So every 10 minutes I get a commercial. That's wild now. Yeah, we're gonna like start popping in DVDs, bro, or go to Netflix that has no commercials. Prime Time has Amazon Prime now has commercials, which is crap. Nobody likes commercials. Yeah, yeah, we'll have to do commercialless stuff when I paint because waiting for the timer, annoying. All right, and we're back. So 50:05, you guys get there. 50:05. I'm gonna count to 3, and then we're gonna press play. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yo, the big ass robot. What's his face? Him. Terry Crews. The black guy's name is Terry Crews, dude. So funny. Longest Yard when he does the robot. Bro, his pecs. Yo. This guy. There he goes. Roboting it. It's a big ass robot, I'm telling you, dude. You're 4 off from your followers goal on Twitch. Nearly there. Nice, dude. Thanks, bro. We're almost there. We're getting there. Terry Crews has really good comedic timing. Yeah, dude, he's great. The movie White Chicks, where he starts singing from inside the car. Oh, wait, no. Click. He's in White Chicks also, but Click. Click with Adam Sandler. Where he has the remote control to stop time, slow down time. Terry Crews is in the car. Everyone's watching. See what you will do. So funny, dude. Sorry, I'm probably not in the camera. Out of the shot again. The White Chicks bit is iconic. Yeah, dude, where he's at the rave with the whistle. His Old Spice commercials alone are hilarious. Oh, yeah, he did have Old Spice commercials. Yeah, dude, he's funny. All right, I'm gonna close my windows real quick, you guys, because I'm loud as hell, and I'm sure my neighbors don't appreciate it. So just give me one sec. All right, should be better now. Ooh, my eyes are getting a little blurry, a little tired. I should speed this up a little bit. the best paint job will probably be next week when I start slapping the base paint on the other models, but I start cleaning up the detail to these that I'm doing now. There's almost always a discrepancy between the first model in the project and the last one. I know, right? That's what I was thinking also. Because if I don't do them all at the same time, like something's going to come out way different by the time I'm done. Just like pancakes, I guess. Yeah, dude. All right. It just gives the pancake some character. You know what I mean? Little pancake character. Sorry, I'm not in the shot again. Yeah, I gotta get this shot thing better. Gotta figure out why I keep moving out of the shot. Is it a light thing? Is it an angle thing? You're doing a good job with the framing, mate. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, man. It's only gonna get better from here, right? Yeah, dude. Some of the spots where you think, oh, my brush will never reach there. Yeah, it got in there. It worked. It worked. You did it. You did it. Cool. Make sure I wet it enough. Considering this is your first time trying my timer, you guys, the movie pause. Hang on. So 105, 1 hour and 5 seconds. We'll come back to the movie. If this is your first time trying this angle out, I'd say you're doing fine. Thanks, bro. Yeah, dude. With this new light and the cameras and the arm thing, yeah, dude, we're doing better, and it's just gonna get better. What I should have done is I should have played around with the angle before I went live, but I thought of showing my struggles of getting it all together. Not many struggles. I just more mean like, oh, here, check out how we're doing. All right, that looks all right. The black is good on this one. It looks like at least the first coat. All right, we're back. What's my time? 1 hour and 5 seconds. We're gonna count to 3 and we're gonna press play. Balls of Fury. on YouTube. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I love the attitude. Just wing it. Yeah, boy. Yeah. I'm trying to keep it like as natural and unscripted as possible. Just be yourself. Remember the logo, the slogan for YouTube originally? YouTube, broadcast yourself. And I don't know what happened to the broadcast yourself part of the slogan. I don't see that really anymore. But yeah, that's what I remember it being originally, and that's what we're doing. And maybe a movie or two in the background. Oh yeah, it takes me back. Yeah, dude. Broadcast yourself. Back in the day when there was a YouTuber that would just sit there and smile at the camera for hours and hours and hours, and he became like pretty famous from it. And that's all he did was just broadcast it himself, not doing anything, not saying anything, just sitting there breathing and blinking. It's all corporate nowadays, but that's a different can of worms. Yeah, it is. That's all right. It's yeah, no, I hear you. Greedy people get their dirty mitts into stuff, and all of a sudden it becomes about money. That's all right. Can't beat them, join them, I guess. Right? No. Fight, fight, fight. So we're trying out different things. One I'm holding with my hand. One I have the helping hands magnifying glass thing that we're using. And then the other one is the putty with the medicine bottle holder. And yeah, we're trying different stuff. Different ways of holding it. And see what's more comfortable and better for us. Isn't the helping hands thing a bit too heavy? It is. It is a little too heavy. If it was just on the table, like by itself, and I was painting on it, maybe. But like, yeah, holding it, yeah, it is a little too heavy. I could feel my like thumb muscle stressing on holding it up correctly and to an angle, especially if I'm just holding it like with these two fingers instead of my whole hand. I just get caught up in the moment. Which do you prefer? I'm not there yet, actually. I'm not there on the preferred yet. The helping hands is a little heavy, but it is nice to have something that I can hold at different angles without really feeling like it's going to slip out of my hands or out from in between my fingers. The putty on the medicine bottle, this feels pretty good too, but I don't know, holding it to that upside down angle, I feel like, I don't know. Maybe the medicine bottle first. Because I feel like holding it by itself, I'm gonna drop it real easily. The helping hands is heavy. And this one I feel like the angle is a little more difficult to get onto the bottom. But it's more secure, I guess. I don't feel like I'm gonna drop it and it's not heavy. I guess there's a little give and take to all of them. But yeah, I'm undecided still. I'm still feeling it out, feeling them all out. Oh, that's too watered down. Yeah, it's better. I hear you. Maybe once you're finished the box, you'll find your preference. Yeah, dude. Just a little bit more. And we're gonna finish a little sooner than expected because we're gonna do this a little more often. Like I said, I want to do this either Friday or Saturday, paint a little bit more. It's a good time, dude. It's a good time. I'm having a good time, and then I catch myself like by the weekend being like, "Damn, dude, is it Tuesday yet? Can I paint more of my guys yet?" And it's like, dude, it's your channel. You can do whatever the f you want, but I feel like I need to like stay consistent with my schedule or something. But I should just do whatever the f I want. But I got to find a spot in the middle where I have somewhat of a schedule, doing what I like. You know what I mean? I mean, I do what I like, of course, but sometimes instead of a watch party, I just wanna do some more painting. So that's why I'm thinking, oh, we're just gonna mix them up now. We're gonna paint when we want to paint during watch parties, and if somebody doesn't like it, well, fudge them. This might be a controversial take, but I like the Citadel painting handles. I know it's a bit much for what you get, but it feels ergonomic to me personally. You know, I saw those and I do want one, but bro, when you're given so much, how can you ask for more? You know what I mean? So that's why I made my little bottle thing, and dude, we're doing good. We're doing great. But yeah, I did see them. I do kind of want one. I do want one. I will get one eventually. But for right now, yeah, dude, just doing with what we got, and we're having a great time. It's a good time. But yeah, I definitely do want to try one of those out one day. I was gonna like kind of make one with rubber bands and clamping it on the sides, rubber band it together to hold it. But it won't come out to as nearly as nice as what they sell, the Citadel one. But for now we're right here. But I definitely will get one day. Maybe even by the next box set. I gotcha. You gotta save it for the stream. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would like to catch all of my painting on the stream. I don't want, well, what I don't want is, like, I don't want somebody coming back after, a week or whatever. I don't want somebody next week coming on and being like, "Hey, when'd you do that?" It's like, "Oh, I did it a couple days ago, like on my own, off camera." And it's like, "Oh, well, we've been here since the beginning, and like, now we missed some because you didn't record it." It's like, damn, yeah, I don't want to feel bad for that. So I want to paint on stream all the time. Well, not all the time, but just enough to get us through the project together, I guess. Are you monetized in any of your streaming? Oh, pause it, you guys. Pause it again at 1:10:05. We'll be back in a minute. No, not monetized anywhere. On streaming platforms at the moment. No, yeah, no to all of them so far. But we're getting there. We're getting there. One day we'll be monetized. No rush or anything. I'm not in a hurry. Like I said, we're having fun, making friends. If I could get monetized, that'd be dope. If not, that's dope too. And then you notice you have a little paint on your finger, and it's like, bro, where did I smudge it at? You'll get there eventually. Thanks. Yeah, no, I'm on my way. I'm guessing YouTube the closest to monetization. Yeah. YouTube's the closest. Well, it's got yeah, for sure. It's got 100 subscribers and yeah, just more watch time on YouTube. The next runner up, I think, is Rumble. Rumble, I got a good amount of views on Rumble, depending what I watch too, because a lot of my videos are watch parties. So like depending on what movie it is. But eventually people. I mean, yeah. Eventually, I'm down for people coming and hanging out and watching movies and stuff. But eventually, people will show up for me and not the movie. I guess, kind of. You know, that'd be cool. Eventually, to because a good movie could be on, but if somebody doesn't like that movie, or hasn't seen the movie and doesn't care to watch the movie, they're just gonna be like, oh well, we'll see the next movie we like. But hopefully the personality will be enough to be like, all right, well, I never cared for this movie, but since he's watching it, we'll give it a shot because we're gonna hang out and chat, kind of thing, Yeah, you're a genuine guy. You'll have a community in no time. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's how I feel. And just we're all here on the same ball, trying to get along and get through life, and hopefully be having a good time while doing it. Do or do not. There is no try. We finished the black. Oh, I missed one more spot on the black of the gun. The gun part. Let's see where we at. Damn. All right, dude. This actually looks pretty good too. I finally found where I was smudging the black paint. It was on the back hoof. Every time I turn the figure, the miniature, every time I move it, I wipe my finger on that back foot. All right. I fixed it, and now it's good. How's that look? How's that look, you guys? Needs another coat of black, but first coat looks good. Did I already do black coats on all of them? Yeah, buddy, I sure did. All right, so we're gonna go back to. I don't know which one I started with. I think I started with this one first. Wait, no. This one first. Either way, they're both dry, so it doesn't matter which one I do. It's looking good, actually. Thanks, man. We're trying. All right, second coat. What's really nice that I'm noticing right now is as long as I do it really clean, like I get as close to the edge as I can the first time around. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. If I the first coat of paint that I put on it, like the detail, if I get really close to the edge, my second time around, I don't have to get as close to the edge. I mean, I probably still should, but I don't have to like risk it getting close to the edge a second time because there's enough paint on there to like blend into the crease or whatever that's there. I don't know if what I said was made sense at all, but it made sense to me. But yeah, I should still get as close to the edge as I can. I just don't have to be as careful, it seems. As long as I don't, I get what you mean. Thanks. Yeah, as long as I don't half-ass it and get out of the lines again like I was earlier. That's what I try to do as well. Do the edges first, then slap on the rest. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it seems to work a little bit easier that way. I guess that's what you would do when you color in a coloring book, right? You do the edges, get the edges first, and then you go ham, go to town on the middle. I never even put two and two together thinking about that right now. I mean, it took me a second, but before I've never thought about that. Get the edges nice and go to town. More water. It's actually a nice call going with the Gants first. They're a bit easier to paint because of the textures. Oh man, I'm glad that was a good call because I'm sometimes I think about it, it's like, oh, should I have done like 1 and 1 back and forth? But I do want my Space Marines to look the best. Like it's okay if the Gants don't look that great. I guess. I guess just for me, but yeah, I do want the Space Marines to be the best looking. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll do all my practicing on these guys. And I mean, technically, I'm going to be the whole set is practicing, right? But I want the Space Marines to be the best looking. Space Marines can be a bit tricky. Oh wait, they're a bit easier to paint because of the textures. Okay, Space Marines can be a bit tricky because of the flat panels. Flat panels? Oh, wait. Flat panels. Like the shoulder pads? Is that what you mean by flat? Like there's no much texture. Yeah, but the texture on the Termagants are dope. Yeah. You'll probably see streaks in the panels if you're not careful with them, huh? Shoulder pads and faces. Damn, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want my guys to have streaks on them. I don't want my paints to be streak looking. I want them to be solid all the way through. Oh, commercial again, you guys. Pause the timer. Oh, bro, did I not start the timer the last time? Holy crap. Really? 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 Well, we're only back 10 minutes then, right? Let's see. We'll see when we come back. Faces because they're tiny, shoulder pads because of the huge flat panel. Alright. Yeah, I'll probably, when I run into that here when we start our Marines, I'll let you know my my complaints when I get there. Actually, you might not really get complaints, because I know whatever I do, it's gonna take a minute, and again, the fun part about it is taking your time on it and enjoying the work you're doing. Damn, did I really jank up the timer? Where are we at? 1 hour and 20. Okay. So there's only 10 minutes left in the movie anyways, but I janked up the timer by 10 minutes. Whoops. All right, you guys. So we're just going to count to 3. We're going to start it up again. Let's put it 1:20:15. That way it's exactly 10 minutes behind, since I amateur timered over here. All right, there it is. 1:20:15. I'm going to count to 3. We're going to press play, and we're just going to finish off the movie. Here we go, you guys. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're just 10 minutes behind on the timer, but that's there you are. Yeah, hopefully I can catch your stream when you're doing the Marines. Yeah, dude, I hope so also. If not, you could always check out the the live replay, I guess. The replay, not live replay because it's not live, but the replay. But it'll take me a while to get through the Marines. I'm not going to do them. I'll probably do I'm not going to do them all at the same time. I'll probably do 3 base colors, like paint them all blue first. Or at least 3 blue first. And then maybe I'll paint all 5 blue first. And then we'll work on the detail afterwards. Maybe not all. That'll take too long. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it'll take me a while. But we're gonna probably do more Termagants here by Friday or Saturday. Next Tuesday, a week from today, we'll probably, if we're not starting the Space Marines next Tuesday, we'll be finishing the Termagants next Tuesday, which means the Space Marines will be a couple days after that. Yeah, I can watch the VODs if I can't catch you live. Yeah, if you want, but like if you can catch me live, even better. That way we can chat, hang out, talk. But yeah, at the very least, replays. When you're doing your own scheme, just keep in mind light colors can be streaky. Yeah, dude. Damn. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. Hopefully I'll get it down here in the first couple box sets to not leave too many streaks. And I'll be left with something better. I'm not sure which one I left off on. Might have been this one because he's got a foot that's not done yet. Nice. Oh, sorry. Camera angles. I keep forgetting to go under the camera. Damn, there was, you guys. There's the movie. Movie's over. Good movie, funny movie. Classic. Well, it's getting there. It's getting there to a classic. Put that guy there. Hopefully I don't mix him up again. Actually, this one looks done already. I think I did put 2 coats on this one already. All right. That one's done, dude. That one's all done. The black is good. The blue's good. If I turn this down a little, maybe you'll be able to see it. Do you have a dono link? I want to gift you a painting handle so you can give it a try. I don't have a dono link, man, but thank you. I appreciate that. I gotta work on putting something up. I know some people that want to be able to toss me a couple bucks through there and something. So I will try to get that down by, let's say by next Tuesday. I'll try to have something like that down, but you don't have to do that, man. I appreciate you just hanging out and being here. We'll get there eventually, but yeah, dude, I'm down. And if you really want to, yeah, I'll try to have one next week and maybe have that all figured out by then. I have like a Bitcoin wallet thing. Have you seen Bitcoin? Do you do any Bitcoin? It's been going up lately. Hold on to your Bitcoin. But yeah, I have a Bitcoin wallet. I should probably throw that on there too. But yeah, by next Tuesday, I'll figure something like that out, like some sort of donation link or something. I don't have a bank account either, so like I don't know how that's really gonna work. But I'll try to figure something out. And yeah, I'll probably post my my Bitcoin link also. Something. We'll play around with something. We'll figure it out. I know other streamers that do like they do it through a website or something where they don't have to, you don't have to give them like money or something. You could just put towards items that they have listed or something like that. I'm not too sure exactly how it works, but I'll do some homework and we'll try to figure it out. Thanks, man. All right. So the one's down. This one does need another coat, and the one on the helping hands needs another coat also. But one is done for sure. Let's back up a smidge. And I'll put something else on YouTube, something that you can listen to just for the last little bit of this painting. Let's see. I'm not too sure either. I don't watch streams too much. No, I hear you, man. No worries. Whatever works for you, mate. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll look into it for sure. And next week, we'll see. We'll see if I figured it out. Let's see. Something good. I don't want to throw up something that's like, oh, hey, I wish I didn't throw that on. I mean, we're only going to be on for another little 15 minutes, maybe. to finish up the black. But there's only two. Yeah. Did I just not put anything on? Well, like you could have. You weren't listening to the movie anyways, unless you had it running on your end. So it's maybe not a big deal. Not fine. Anything? You've seen this guy before? Resident, or not Resident, the angry video game nerd. He has pretty good videos up. Oh, you can't really see him. He does a good job. Well, Warhammer scams from Games Workshop. Yeah, he's an OG. Yeah, you know. Yeah, he's been on for a long time on YouTube. He's got his own thing going though now. He's got like DVD box sets, which is pretty cool. All right, turn the music back on here. So here's a video. I'm not sure what it is. Let's see if it's any good. Yeah, turn off the timer. Squidmar? Is that how you say it? Squidmar? Squidmar's pretty good. All right. Okay. Then I'll subscribe to him because you're vouching for him. I'm down. I'll subscribe. But the titles. I ordered 12 Warhammer scams from Games Workshop. Scams? I hope they're not scams. That's probably just clickbait, right? You can check his content out. He has fun videos. He mainly focuses on the painting part of the hobby. Okay. Yeah, it's like Age of Sigmar, but with squid. Oh, okay. I'm down. All right, let's check him out. I got the volume up. All right.
Ordered every hobby tool Games
Workshop.
Look,
they just showed
a total of 12 of them.
Yeah,
and today
they just showed
we're
the
gonna
thing.
see which ones are pure cash grab scams
and which ones are actually worth spending some money on.
Step aside Wish, step aside Temu, step aside AliExpress,
heck even Shane.
Today we're gonna test Warhammer scams from Games Workshop.
Let's go.
Jokes aside, Games Workshop is the epitome of Warhammer hobby, I guess just miniatures hobby in general.
Yeah.
But they're not only making epic freaking miniatures, they also have hobby tools.
Yeah,
and throughout the years,
the brand name behind it.
Towards some of
That's
them,
all right.
But I gotta admit, I haven't
understand
tried all of them.
they've been
We're not
around
gonna
a
talk
while.
about
They
their
gotta make their
brushes
paper.
or their paints today. It's all about the other random hobby
I mean,
tools.
if we could
The
find
knives,
a cheap version of it, cool. But if not, I don't mind putting a couple extra bucks into something.
The prices of some of these,
something brand name to
not cheap.
keep them going.
However,
support
I am
the brand.
Quite excited to try out some of these products because maybe they actually hold some value. They might be just
I'm gonna get
the
a little tiny more
of Warhammer hobbying.
Speck of black onto my palette.
This one I'm kind of interested in, Lucas.
Use a small brush. I don't need that much black.
Workshop. This is such an expensive clipper. $52 to cut your minis from a sprue. So the question is this actually something of value? The one that we've been enjoying and using from Redgrass Games costs about $48.
48 bucks for clippers? What?
To me, it's just for $52 for a clipper, it's gonna have to be really freaking amazing.
Yeah,
so
dude, it better be the best clipper I've ever had in my freaking life.
To test the cutters, we're using our own sprues. For our own minis. That's part of the paint set we did with
wild.
You should buy them when they come out in about a week. You can sign up
That's
down
why
below to be notified when it goes live.
Some items to be pricey. It's first party, so yeah, they'll charge you premium. Yeah, Game Workshop is one that makes yeah.
It does feel like a really big clipper. I can't really reach.
And Citadel is
all
the brand.
Parts.
Oh,
I remember this one being like a hot fuss a few years
okay.
ago. Everyone loved them.
I thought Citadel and Warhammer were, or I'm sorry, Citadel and
like
Games Workshop were like
of
the same thing
for
some dumb reason.
Yeah,
I thought they were the same thing with different names. No, I don't know. I don't know why I thought they were pretty much the same thing. Probably because of the paints.
Oh, and then
the paints, they say Citadel on them, and
it's just smooth as butter.
stuff.
Yeah.
I thought like I must be exaggerating when I remember how good the
All
Red
right.
games is.
I heard that
So
their brushes aren't that good.
This one you have to kind of
I do have
through. The biggest issue I have when I compare it to this one, and of course this is a really expensive
actually
clipper
looks
too,
really
so I'm not
nice.
expecting everyone to be able to
And it's
afford
Citadel
$48
brush.
on smaller pieces.
Well, it looks
can't
nice,
really
and I'm
reach
really
in
down for it.
with the
I haven't
Games Workshop one,
used it yet
it's a little
because
bit
I don't want to
too
ruin
wide
it
and
just
too
yet.
big. It's
So
literally
I'm using
worse
the cheaper
directly
brushes.
from the box, like both in terms of
And once I start to ruin the cheaper brushes, I'll be like, okay, what not to do with these? I've already seen videos on what not to do.
Yeah,
and
but
it does have a flat side.
we're better at learning through experience. I could tell you a million times, don't touch the hot
far
stove.
from the worst clipper
But your
I've had.
punk ass is gonna touch it until you burn it. You're not gonna believe me until you burn yourself.
From Wish.
Your
On a
punk ass
scale
is gonna
of,
have to touch it
1 to
until
10,
you
I
learn.
would
You know what I
say
mean?
this is probably like a 8 for me, because considering the price and the poor job it does.
I will move up my grade to 7.
So scam 15 out of 20.
Decent.
Tool 2.
It's synthetic,
Citadel
so
knife.
don't
Every
worry
Warhammer
about it too
hobbyist
much.
needs a knife.
Yeah.
You need to remove
Like these,
whatever
like
excess,
an X-Acto knife like that. I don't need a nice one like that. I could just get,
some
you know,
stuff and
one of the cheap ones from
for a hobby knife, Lucas.
We
I don't know,
usually
Home
get
Depot
the
or
ones
something.
that cost like $10
No.
for 25,000 blades.
They're from Wish now. We've paid $1 or $2 with like 20 blades included.
I do have to say, I'm quite fond with this design.
It's a sleek design. And let's compare this to a super cheap craft knife.
I have to give Games Workshop something here. This is freaking ingenious.
It is quite big.
Yeah, but this is nice. Now you can put your thumb and finger over the blade.
Oh, it has like a nice handle. It fits into your hand perfectly.
Like hurting yourself.
So let's try to cut some spruce. How is the blade?
$35, lol. I know, dude. It's wild.
Makes the handling part very nice.
I mean, it's pretty cool, but
I do feel like this knife is sharper than the one I had. And I do feel way
you probably
less
find an
scared
X-Acto
about
knife for
hurting
like
my
what?
thumb, 'cause you have,
$5?
like, a bit of a distance here.
Yeah.
Down below,
Maybe
your
less.
thumb kind of doesn't rest directly on the blade. Also,
maybe
this
$10.
one, when you hold, thumb rests directly on the blade.
Few moments later.
Hi,
So we've done
buddy.
some
What are you
extensive
doing?
testing. What's your opinion?
Okay, there is two parts to this story.
Yeah.
One is I really like the design of the knife.
I do too.
I like how it feels in my hand.
When you try to grab your cat real quick and he just barely
feels
escapes
nice,
your
the blade
fingers.
is really decent.
Come here, boy.
However, the price is still $35.
It is $35
here, Mama.
versus Wish.
Yeah, he's like, no,
$1.
you got food
Would
for
I
me?
buy
No, I'm not
35
coming
of
near you.
these over one of these?
Probably every day.
Every day. So on a scam level, I feel like this one
Animals.
is pretty much in between. It's just
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
Which means it's a 10 out of 10 scam. 10 out of 20 scam.
Yeah. Let's move on to number 3. Okay, Lucas. So here we got the tool that I've been just bashing the most out of every tool. To be honest, I haven't really tried it.
This is a great tool.
$26 for a mold line remover.
Old line remover.
So pretty much it's just a metal piece that has 2 flat sides. So what I've always just reasoned is the back of my
The cat's not
knife
having it?
does
Yeah,
the exact
dude.
Same thing.
Yeah, but then you risk damaging yourself, the Mini.
$26. But let's see if it's actually easier to remove molds with. I think we have a problem with these, Lucas. The mold lines on our minis is like almost non-existent. Maybe we need to bring out some Games Workshop
Yeah,
stuff.
my camera went out. My other camera went out. Oh, good.
It's freaking identical to using the back of my hobby knife.
No, this is way nicer.
I honestly even had a better time with this brand new
Damn.
back of this blade than I did with that one.
Yeah, I mean, this
Oh.
tool sucks, but
We're
Was
learning,
it
we're learning.
$26?
for this
Make
mold
sure you always
line
brace yourself when you're
remover, I mean,
painting
you could
detail.
essentially
Because
just
right
pick
now
up any piece
I just
of
kind of
scrap
winged it
metal
in
you
the
have laying
air
around
and my,
home.
Yeah,
That has
my
its
fingers
effects.
totally
Yeah.
slipped
It
and
sounded so positive
Yeah,
recently.
I went into
like
I came out of the
$26.
line.
Like if it was
I didn't stay in my
$1,
line.
maybe I'd buy it, but I don't even think
No
that I would
big
use
deal.
it.
And it's already bent.
I honestly give this a 10 out of 10 scam.
Yeah, this is the
If
biggest.
this
come
was
back
from
in
Wish,
the
we'd be fucking lambasting.
Oh no, I will give it a 9 out of 10 scam because I do like the handle.
Okay, yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10.
So 19 out of 20 scam.
Instead of throwing away money on stuff like this, let's talk about Squarespace. I know that a lot of you guys watching these
forward through
videos
this
have your own hobbies.
Squarespace.
Equipment is the Citadel's files kit.
I've never seen this. The metallic file
Yeah.
set. Why?
Nice.
Yeah, brace your arms
Remove a lot of
on your
material.
desk to make it stable. Yeah, dude.
That kind of sucks.
Like I knew that already,
You
and
want like a soft sponge,
I just, I don't know.
Depends on what you're trying to
Winged it real quick. Oh yeah, I'll be fine. Nope. Nope. Now what did you learn?
Now, I can see why this would work on plastic.
Of course, it's a file.
Yeah, but I mean, most of the metallic files I've tried previously, I don't know, yeah, it works. It's kind of nice. It makes the surface smooth. It does feel a bit limiting that they are the exact same shape. I would have wanted something a little bit smaller and thinner so I could reach like tinier areas.
I mean, you do have the
pointy edge.
Yeah.
But it's also like if you need to bend up in some weird area, kind of difficult.
This is the thicker one and it barely leaves any traces.
I gotta admit, Lucas, I've been pleasantly surprised, and I hate to admit it because I think the price is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. If you go to your local hardware store, you will probably end up getting 10 for the same price.
Yeah.
There's nothing to complain about with the quality.
No. The thing that kind of bothers me is, like, if this would have been like the perfect set for a hobbyist, they would have included a few softer, then I wouldn't have mind the price.
I give it a 3 out of 10 scam.
Yeah.
No,
I think
don't use metal files.
Yeah, I'd give it
no metal files, huh?
Maybe.
Just the little sandpaper ones, huh? Because I do have a metal file, and I did. Hold on, let me mute it. Yeah, dude, I have a metal file, and I was filing it. It's, you know, I liked the metal file because it filed down quicker, but I didn't like it because it left it like kind of rough. And what I did do is when I was doing these, when I was like filing down pieces on this set, I filed it down with a metal one to like get it filed quicker, and then I switched to the other plastic, whatever files they are. Not plastic, wooden files. I don't know what they're made out of, but the ones that you use for your nails and shit. These metal files, it will chew through the plastic. Yeah, dude, chewed nasty. Just use sanding sticks from Amazon, the flexible ones. Sanding sticks from them, huh? Tool 5 on, sound back on. Yeah, I just you know, I asked women that I know, hey, you guys got any nail files? Yeah, I got a couple. Thanks. Yeah, I get what you mean. Don't finish with a metal file. Yeah.
Lucas.
Citadel or Driller.
How much is it?
$35 reduce.
It seems to be kind of the price range they like to put their tools in. It's like
alright, you guys.
$20 and $35 for a
last
tool.
I do want to run a company where I can just charge $35 for
everything.
Be good.
Yeah. So how many drill bits do you get?
I think it's like 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
How long time does it take to drill a hole in this plastic piece? Is it better or worse than the Dremel tool from
Wish? I think without a doubt it's gonna be this one. It does drill decently.
Penvice? Is that what that is?
The drill bits are kind of okay, yeah. So we've used this one before, so I don't think we need to do like a massive extensive testing. It's just nice to have a fresh one so you can get reminded that it's good.
Is that for like when you do the faces and the heads?
I think ergonomically it's really difficult to drill with. I don't think it's easy to hold and drill holes with.
Yeah.
And I often
I don't personally like drilling the barrels of my guns because I suck at it. Wow. Drilling the barrels of your guns with that. So it's just for like that extra detail, huh?
Yeah.
So when somebody gets up on it with a magnifying glass, they're like, holy shit, dude, this looks real.
It's better with an electric one. I don't think it's worth its money.
I'd say like
yeah, you can use it to drill holes for whatever.
Yeah, I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
11 out of 20.
Let's go. Tool 6.
That's detailed dedication right there. That's wild.
Time.
Maybe one day we'll upgrade to that. Wow, look, helping hands.
Citadel color assembly stand. I feel like this is the most like random thing so far. You just have a plastic piece and two.
Dude, the helping hands is better than that.
Super.
Got a magnifying glass on mine too.
But they feel like, or they look like dinosaurs.
That is true. You put your mini in the center, and then you have two arms that can help you hold up pieces while the glue is drying.
But hear me out here. I have a vague feeling.
The arm is too weak
to lift up something significant.
But it also feels like it's not gonna be easier than holding with the hand, is it?
Doesn't really work.
Doesn't really hold like exactly where you want it to. This feels like such a gimmick. Like,
oh, is it supposed to fit the?
Yeah, the holder, the handle
in there.
Yeah, the painting.
I like that.
I mean, it works with their system, I guess.
But it doesn't work. It's the strength of these arms.
I personally only use it to magnetize walkers and
you know what would actually fuck this entire assembly thing?
Magnetize walkers and tanks like the bases?
Thing, what if it's I'm painting my minis in
like
stand.
So
because then you can have the
like let's say I were to magnetize
and then you're like, oh,
stuff. Would I want to do it with my helping hand?
Like, oh, I wonder how the light would affect.
Could I just hold the magnet, put some glue on it, and then just put it wherever? Does it matter?
You would find at like a flea market for
different loadouts.
So conclusion: 1 point for dinosaur head, 1 point for potentially being good for that one display painter in the world that paints in sub-assembly, and then minus 8 points for build quality and not being able to fulfill its purpose.
I'm
leaning more towards like a 6.
Yeah. So you have to drill the hole
so 14 out of
fit
20
the magnet in there.
Not approved. Tool 7.
Okay, so sub-assembly holder.
Can we add to this and make it better? Oh!
Yeah, I would like my pieces to be magnetized too.
So as a good
I think magnetized is way more badass.
Because I've been painting on my golden demon.
So when you magnetize your pieces, does it specifically have to be like in the middle of the stands, the circular stands, the middle as close as it can be? Or does it depend on like the model that you're using? Like if he's off-centered, do you want to be on the center of the actual model?
Put this in the handle from Games Workshop.
You know that you're still.
Or does it not really matter? It's just magnetized. It's magnetized.
No.
You're meant to drill a hole, and since it's a conic shape on it, it doesn't matter how big the hole is, so that it can still go in there and you glue it.
Yeah.
So then it just breaks off more easy because there's less surface area connecting the two. But how often do you drill a hole underneath a Space Marine head and you need to fill the hole? I would say never. This is a scam. I haven't. No.
I honestly think that this is kind of fun, but with that said, also I don't think I'm ever gonna use it.
And would you pay freaking 12.5?
Units only. Okay. Just magnetize the guns. Okay, so just whenever you want to switch out weapons and stuff like that on the big guys, you could just do that.
For $12, so Lucas, you and I, we've been talking about plastic
instead
production with companies. So
instead of
this whole box cost
gluing the gun and being stuck with it unless I build a different model. Damn, good call, dude.
$12 to the
I
customer.
was watching a YouTube video the other day. Somebody saying something like,
I don't like it.
They haven't built one of their big giant mech ones because I guess it comes with like.
It's weird, but I'm kind of digging this.
Can we okay.
I don't know, a few, 2 or 3 different guns, and he was like trying to decide, I haven't finished it, I haven't continued my project because I don't know which guns to put on it yet.
Maybe you get 2 uses out of it.
And I thought, that sucks that you have to like choose which one to do, and especially when it's such an expensive model, right?
Do you know how many minis I've used this exact
like $1,000?
No, more like 4 or 5. But
maybe it was $1,000. I don't know, it was a lot. And then something about weapons not
and that was
weapons or something not being included in the model set. You have to buy them separately, which I thought was like, damn, that kind of sucks too.
In one of your drawers. So
yes, but I kind of they've been engineering and trying to figure out the way to make a product to make life.
Yeah, that's so badass, dude. So you can just buy all the weapons, magnetize them all, and whatever you feel like, whatever army your opponent has, be like, wait, hold on, I want to switch these out real quick.
I probably give it the 7 out of 10 scam, but not the.
Oh, you're talking about the Titans? Yes, that's what it was. The Titans are huge. Yeah, they are huge.
Tool 8.
Yeah.
This, however,
that's That's whatever video I was watching the other day. That's what he was talking about. He had a Titan. He didn't know.
Color spray stick.
This one
He had it on pause because he didn't know what to put on it yet, and it's like, oh, dude, that sucks. It sucks that you have to like. But that's the decisions that you have to make. Is dude, you have to sacrifice something to get that one going. Hey, if paint dries on my brush, what's the best way to get it off?
Honestly,
like soap and water?
Might be the most brilliant tool.
I'm trying to wash it off in the water. I don't want to stick it against the floor too hard. I'm just waving it around nicely, but it looks like it's straight, like dried. Oh no, it's getting better. It's getting better.
I mean, that
soapy water.
Kind
okay,
of,
soapy water.
Neat, I gotta say.
You won't get
Paintings are huge. They're like a small baby. Damn.
On your hand ever
That's
again.
badass. Yeah, compared to these little guys.
How much was the price for this one?
Dude.
24.
This is so
soapy
worth
water,
it.
warm
24
soapy
for
water.
this,
All right,
or
cool.
24 for this.
I would buy 2 of these.
I would buy fucking 5 of that.
After I end the stream, I'll clean off all my brushes nicely.
This is so brilliant.
For smaller minis, this is pretty freaking
Somebody
good.
recommended like actually putting conditioner on them, wiping them in the conditioner. So I did that. Wiped them in a little bit of conditioner, trying to make them nice again.
Yeah. I mean, this will work.
If it's still stuck, maybe invest in some brush soap. Okay.
What the hell?
So brush soap will do the trick if I can't get it with warm soapy water.
This is like a 1 out of 10.
I think I'm willing to give this a 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
Yeah.
A 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Name one place on planet Earth where you could find a better hack.
No, but the thing is, like, I would have preferred it if it's like the painting handles where you snap it on. But I guess, yeah, maybe you would have too much paint on the handle then, so it would be, yeah. No, you are right. I give it a 1.
You guys
also.
look
And it
good,
also
bro.
comes with rubber bands. You can build Lego guns.
Freaking let's go, Lucas. A first solid one. Tool 9.
I think,
It's time for the painting handle.
I think we're done.
Favorite, but I gotta say, I
You
love
like
this.
this?
This is my.
Give them
I
all
mean,
a quick
you guys
look
know
over
we've been
real
using
quick,
this
but
product for,
it looks.
I don't
Hold
know,
on, let
since
me
it came
let
out.
me show you.
Yeah.
And to this day, I
Looks
haven't found a
done. Oh,
painting
the eye.
handle that I
The
enjoy
eye
more
of
than
the
this.
gun.
So how much is this one?
I always forget the
12
guns have
12.
eyes.
It is like it's
Well, the
not
Termagant
a lot
guns,
of
at least.
material for $12.
Back
But also,
to
like the Game
painting
Envy, the
session.
Redgrass games, they've
Here we
all
go, the
had
painting handle.
problems
Oh, the painting
where we've been
handle.
Like,
The mini just falls off sometimes.
yeah,
Did I miss
compared
it?
to having like blue tack
Oh,
on
it's
the
a mini?
Redgrass games one. For smaller minis, I think this is so nice. I still appreciate the other ones. Most of the times though, I just use my hand because I'm I don't know, I'm a weirdo like that. And considering all the other ones cost about as much, it's like maybe the cheapest one is like $8. I think we paid for the one from
cheapest
Wish.
one?
I'd happily pay 4 extra for that.
Scam, 1 out of 10.
0 out
Well,
of
extra
10.
bucks
Oh, we can go
for,
to 0?
Yeah, we can go to 0. Scam
But-
0 out of 10.
Scam-
I want to retract my
Damn.
previous grade on the spraying handle. I want to give it a 0 out of 10.
It's too late.
Speaking
We still want to try.
of this wonderful design, you mentioned for smaller mini. That kind of brings us to the next product.
Tool
Yeah, this is my
10.
personal bias. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm
Bigger,
down.
better, and meaner
Finger
painting handle.
So can we put this
Yes,
bad
you
boy
can.
in
Oh
there?
wow,
That's the small
big ass
piece you
one.
can put on.
Oh, so beautiful. Oh my god. Oh, I can even put it in there. Look at this thing. It's solid. Like
It's a bit
I can't
pricey, but
push it
yeah,
out
I like
there,
the
but
shape.
I really had to push. The only problem here I see is
Yeah,
like,
dude,
it
there's
would
no
have been
worries.
nice
Like
it
if you
was
if you
bottom
enjoy it
heavier,
more and
but
you
it's-
like it more, why
Oh,
not?
so
you
like
know?
that's the only
gonna-
negative. Need more.
It's gonna
bottom
put
weight.
If
a
you
more of a
remove the
smile
meat,
on your face. So why
I see
not?
something that I want to explore. Do you remember the dinosaurs that you had?
Yeah.
So there it is.
Yeah, baby. Oh,
Here's
look
this
at
one.
him go. Look
Whoop.
at him go.
It's like the killer bunny from...
Turn down the light a little bit so you can see
I
it
think
better.
this increases the value of this one, but still this one is a freaking 10 out of 10 scam.
Yeah, I say the value of this one just keeps dropping.
I just
but yeah,
hate
this
the
one
mounting
feels
mechanism.
Good. I like the slightly longer handle. Feels just quite sturdy.
Yeah.
The
in my
mounting
hand.
mechanism?
I'd
Like
give
the
that
clamp that
similar.
goes around
It's
it?
like a 1 out of 10 scam.
Yeah.
How much did it cost? $18. It's a bit more expensive, but I guess it's okay. So, grading the big handle.
I give this
Ooh,
one out of
dude.
10.
I give it a 1 out of 10 scam. Good job, Games Workshop. Tool 11. This one, let me do a quick introduction. When they
Yeah, the
released this
clamps.
one, I just felt like
Looking really good things, man.
stupid.
Yeah,
We
so
as
that's
customers
the last
be
one we did.
paying
This one looks
money for
good.
Games
Let's check
Workshop
out the Helping
plastic
Hands one.
pots. that looks like poop.
Yeah,
but,
dude, this one looks good
like,
too.
even without using this one.
Wait, did I paint the eye?
Changed my
I
mind.
never painted the eye. I said I was going to paint the eye and I didn't paint the eye.
It is
one more
ugly
time.
as a
Hold on.
mother fudger. Don't get me wrong here. Plasticky feel is a bit like iffy. But it's nice because I've tipped a couple of glasses on the table, especially when it's like plastic mugs. But this one is wider on the bottom.
A little
I think this
dot
whole
for
thing
the
of like the brush cleaning thing, I think that's a freaking
There
gimmick
it is.
that's pointless. I gotta
Boom,
say.
boom,
Then
boom.
I was out touristing and I was like, oh, how much does a mug cost? Do you know how much a tourist mug costs these days?
Yeah, like $29.
It is so much freaking money. And do you know how much this one cost?
$11.
$11.25. So it's like 1/3 of the price.
Do you know the difference between this
a painting
one
mug?
and an actual
Like a water
ceramic
mug for paint?
If we just put that ceramic mug in the dishwasher,
It's annoying because when you're doing the base of the mini, you can
This one is done
paint the
in
entire rim without removing it from the base. Oh, that's a good point.
Don't do this at home, kids.
So you would have to go with like something with the putty thing, right? So you can get the whole base painted.
If I change my just mindset, so number one, if you have a mug at home, don't buy this. But if you're like out touristing, you go to Warhammer World,
we'll probably do
like,
both then. If you know, whenever we get our painting handle, we'll paint it on the handle, good handle, the nice handle, the comfortable handle. And then once we're done painting it, when we go to the base to paint it, do you recommend painting the base last or first, or does it matter?
I would rather.
And then once you're done painting the model, switch it over to a putty stand, and then paint the base.
In my mind, I like scam. I would probably put it at freaking 2 maybe.
I just hate this. It's a 10 out of 10 scam for me.
Okay, then it's a freaking 12, I guess.
Yeah, buddy.
Tool 12.
The last one.
Yeah, I just
Citadel
don't
paint
use
palette.
it when I'm painting the
This
base.
shit
Okay.
brings back.
I personally do it last. Yeah, I would think I'd do it last
I
too.
painted an entire.
Because when I'm doing
Stormcast
feet and
Eternals
stuff, I
army
want to
only
just
using
slap
this.
it on
So
there.
it's
I don't want to have to be
paper.
careful
Yeah,
with
but
the
they're
base.
like,
And
plastic.
not
You
the
will
line,
notice you
so
can
I would
put
think
water on
do
there.
it
It doesn't
last.
seep into the paper.
Yeah, but it's gonna dry.
I think I would
faster
go
than if you
last
have it
also.
On a
Alright,
plate
so that one
or
looks
on a
good
plastic
too,
card.
and then the
but
last one that I
doesn't suck
did
in the water as much,
while
so it's
holding
As
it
much, but still.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
How much is 12 freaking
looks
bucks
good
for a
too,
piece of
dude.
paper?
I love this, and it has nothing to do with all my fond memories of being a child and using
Let
it.
me ask you a question, Lucas. How many times have you used this in the past 6 years?
Not once.
Yeah,
Zero
I came out the line a little bit on the back
Before
hoof.
that,
We'll fix
I've
that up
used not
in a
one.
couple
That was
days.
because you didn't have a
Day
wet
after
palette
wait,
before you...
Friday or
I've
Saturday
not
we'll
only
fix that up.
purchased one of these. I've not
We'll come back and we'll fix
purchased
details
two of
on this, and then
I've
we'll slap
finished.
Or
the
you can
base
hear
paint
me out
for
here.
the bottom
Freaking
layer
regular
for
Red Games wet
that
palette,
wraith
twice the
white,
surface, and the paint
wraith
will
bone,
last you
bone
for as
color
many hours as the dry
on the
weather
other
will
guys.
allow. This one,
But yeah,
how
dude,
many
there it was.
seconds
We did
can you
it.
reuse the paint that you add?
We did 3, you guys.
Maximum.
No, but
Well, we didn't
quite
do
consistently,
3, but we finished
consistently,
3.
So you can do 3-4 brush
That we
strokes,
started
and then you have
last
to bring
week.
out new paint from the pot. How many hours have you been able to manage with the paint in this one, if it's not like winter and
Some
dry?
people
24
don't
hours.
attach the
24 hours.
I've never
minis
tried longer.
on the base. They paint
Make
them
one at home
separately,
if you
then
don't have
just
money.
glue them together
Don't
afterwards.
spend money on this. If you have
Yeah,
money,
I've seen
buy
people
ours, we put up a
painting
wait list,
their
it comes
minis
out
like
1
in
week.
pieces
Freaking
first, and then they put them
frick.
together.
Scam.
Do you recommend doing
12
that,
out
or
of
do you
10.
put them
I
together
give it
first,
like
glue
a
them together,
6 out
and
of
then
10, because
paint?
I have fond memories.
So 18 out of 20.
I saw it and I thought, well, I don't know what I should do. I feel like I should put them together first and then paint them.
Yeah, it's really
I
good
feel like
collecting the
I might
puke.
want to get the
Yeah,
paint
for how
into
bad
the
it is.
A
creases
massive thanks to this week's
that
sponsor,
go together.
Squarespace.
That
We
way,
really
if it needs to
appreciate
be
you
flush, it
supporting
looks
this
flush.
channel. Of course,
Thanks to our
But I don't know. I don't have a
amazing
preference yet. I haven't tried
patrons that allow
both.
us to do this full time for a living. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here today. And especially
Which is a
even bigger
bit
thanks to
much,
these top
in my
dollars.
opinion, but
to
they
check out
to
our
each their
new campaign
own.
coming up with
Okay.
Paint Sets Infinity 2024.
It's all coming
and the
together
wet
now.
palette.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
the biggest release
All
we've ever done,
coming
and we're so
together.
freaking excited because we've been able to work with our favorite brands to
I
bring
tried
out
doing
more
it. For
products.
me,
Smash
it's
like
not
if you
working.
haven't already.
Okay.
Subscribe if you're an asshole.
It's just
Let's
too
go.
tedious
Bye-bye.
for a show.
When you
I'll
buy
give it a
power
shot,
tool,
just so I,
you need
know,
it to last.
I know
And
what
for
you're talking
durability
about.
and
But I'm gonna give it a
performance,
shot
there's
too.
no
So
better
I'll
value
try
than
it
Hercules
without the
brushless.
base one time,
Engineered and
with the
tested to
base
meet the
one
needs of the
time.
toughest job sites
Yeah,
again
we're
and
gonna
again.
we
Upgrade
want
to
to
Hercules
try
today.
every way, different ways, and find out what we're best at or more comfortable, fun with. Yeah, give it a try first. Yeah, dude. See you so you know if it's for you or not. Exactly. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah, we want to, get a little taste of everything. It's like a buffet, dude. Buffets are great. You show up, you try a little bit of everything, and then what you like, you go back and you get seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths. Yeah. We're doing it, dude. Hell yeah. Well, my friend, we did it. We finished them. Turn the tunes back on. Well, we'll be back. Well, we'll actually be back tomorrow because we're gonna be doing a Stargate watch party. You keep me skip there first, so you know if it's for you or not. Just as they say, don't knock it till you try it. That's right, exactly. Don't judge a book by its cover, even though that's mostly what people do. But yeah, no, I'm down. We're gonna try it and see how you like it, and we might continue it that way if it's for me. But we won't know until we try. But yeah, dude, I appreciate you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. So the schedule for this week: tomorrow we got Stargate SG-1. We'll be watching on Amazon Prime. Thursday, we're not sure what we're doing Thursday. We might take Thursday off, but I still want to get on some gameplay of stuff. I got games that I want to play, but we slack it. Yeah, I got my camera set up differently. We're closing out. Let me reset this guy. Yeah, dude. So Wednesday Stargate, Thursday we don't know. Friday or Saturday we'll be watching movies, or Friday and Saturday we'll be watching movies. But one of the days we're gonna try to get our paints out and paint a little bit more while we watch. And then Sunday off. Monday I'll be back with Monster Monday. We watch cartoons, a couple episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh, a couple episodes of Pokemon, and a couple episodes of Digimon. So that's what we got going for the next week. And then yeah, Tuesday some more painting again. See you, mate. We'll try to catch you again next time. All right, my friend. Thank you, buddy, for being here. I appreciate you, my guy. Kuroshito, you were the homie. All the homies out there, I appreciate you guys for hanging out, for giving me some insight onto the hobby. And yeah, dude, good stuff. We're going to continue doing it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.